All right, everybody. So we're over here with the man, Mr. Damn Crew, Mr. Freek, right? The one and only, right? He's a legend here in Miami. If you don't know who he is and you're a writer, you should retire right now, honestly, because this man has done it all. He's one of the innovators in the game. He did things that nobody was doing at the time, like the canals. That thing was crazy to me. Like when I moved here, I moved here in '95, and when I first moved here, the first thing I saw was that a canal.
Yeah, I like those canals.
Yeah, how you started doing those?
Man, I get the canals through a friend of mine, Seal,
Okay.
and he had the canoe and he went out there, but they just went tagging. So we were like, damn, we're gonna take it to the next level, and I went with Victim the
Okay.
first time, and we happened to go to a house, and the first house we decided to go into a walla happened to be a Metro Day cop's house, but we had no idea of this.
Yeah.
So we get there, we start painting. And as we going, we hear a noise, and we seen this guy, and oh, she's a cop. And he comes to the backyard, and he opens the door, and it was odd, because he came to the backyard, but he didn't have his hand on his gun, or he didn't have a flashlight out or nothing, so I was like, damn, that's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, it wasn't until later on the next day that we realized, so we left. We pushed off we were in a canoe.
Yeah.
We pushed off. And we came back to finish, and then the next day we decided, oh shit! When we drove by the front, we was like,
Yeah.
"That's a cop's house."
Oh,
no
shit.
wonder he came out. So it was pretty crazy. So we said, well, we're not gonna paint his house no more. We'll paint the neighbors.
What year did you start doing the canals?
Oof. I really haven't. I'm bad with years, but
You're bad with years. But all right, let's slow down. Let's take it back.
Okay.
Let's do this. You were born in Cuba?
yeah, I was born in Cuba.
Yeah. And you came here at what age?
I came at 7, 8, and the Mario boat lift.
In the Mario Bowl list. So you came in the best time.
Yeah.
You came in
With
La
the cream of
Candela.
with the cream of the crop.
With the cream of the crop, right? Oh, you got good teachers then. All right, so you come in that time, and you get to Miami. What's going on in Miami that age? What you see?
Dude, when I got here, the first thing I needed to do was learn English.
Okay.
Because that's what I didn't know English. I was,
Yeah.
And I started going to school. I went to Merrick Elementary, which was like ACE, but it was Merrick Elementary just for everybody that came from Cuba to learn English.
Okay.
So we were there 2 shifts. The morning shift for the smaller grades, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then 5th and 6th, I think it was in from 12 to 5.
Okay.
So I went in the morning, and I had no idea. I didn't know nothing about graph. It was later on this guys moved to the neighborhood, Res and Tudef from North Miami,
Okay.
and I saw the graph.
When you were staying here, what part of Miami were you staying at?
I was in 8th Street and 72nd Avenue.
Okay, 8th Street and 72nd. All right, the hood.
So I was basically a nerd, So, but when I saw the graph, I felt like just going and doing a tag that illegally, just getting a can and writing my name with having to ask nobody or nothing. I got a rush out of that, and I said, "Whoa, I like this. I like this."
It gave you power.
It gave me power, I guess, to write. It gave me like a release.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what it is. I mean, I don't think people understand what it is. Right? You get people ask you, what do you like? Why do you do it? And you honestly don't have no explanation to it. You just fucking like it.
Sometimes I don't know it. Sometimes I'm 40-something years old, and I'm still going and doing illegal shit. And I'm like, people tell me, dude, aren't you too old for that shit? I'm like, I think I am. I guess, but I just like it. It's just like, it's like some people go fishing to release their stress, and some people go do this. And
I tried fishing. I tried a lot of different things, and honestly, there's nothing like getting a tag, like catching a tag in like a good spot that you're gonna drive by there every day and see it.
It's just the way. It's like fishing. The more you fish, the better you get at it. So the tagging is the same. You get better at it, and you're like, you find different ways to do things. You know what I mean? I had a more crazy way of doing things for years and years and years, and now I've been chilling with R, and we've been doing a slicker way of doing it. Just basically, you might drive by us and we're doing a tag, and you don't even know we're doing a tag.
It's evolving. Yeah. You figure a way.
A slick way of not to get the object of it is not to get seen and not to get caught.
100%.
It's to do it out there, and that's it. It's there.
Yeah.
You don't know how it got there, who did it. It's just there.
Damn. That is what it is, man. So, what age did you start like noticing craft?
Dude, I started noticing graph my 14. I noticed graph when I started doing it, basically.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
So you started doing it and catching, like,
yeah, I
noticing
didn't
it.
really notice, and I said, "Wow, I want to do that," and it was there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that I really didn't notice.
Okay.
Then once I started doing it, then I started noticing it, and then the first time I went to do a piece, I really liked that a lot. And I said, "Whoa, I want to be good at this." So then I started putting the work so I could be good at that.
All right. What age were you at that time then?
That time I think I was like 14.
14. Okay. I came here when I was like 15. That's when I started writing. But I had seen it since I was a little kid, so I always noticed it. I did. I just never got into it, but I did notice it. As soon as I got here, I was like, I'm doing graph. It doesn't.
Yeah, we did tags, and then the tags back in the day, graffiti was a mixture. All the graffiti writers were intertwined with gangs one way or another.
Okay.
In a sense, in a little bit. So
at one point, if you were in a graffiti
you might be
crew,
related
you
to
were part of a graffiti gang.
Gang, probably.
That was in the 90s,
that
right?
Was in the late 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were associated with a gang, and even if you didn't want to be, since you were in a crew, you were associated to the gang?
No, I was a member of a gang, and I was a member of a graffiti crew.
Do you mind saying what gang?
The Latin Syndicate.
The Syndicates.
Yeah.
Okay, and what, that was in the early 90s, you said?
That was in the early 90s.
So that was like the hot days of gang activity.
Yeah. And before that was a JDM.
JDM.
This is JDM, Juveniles Dominate Miami.
Oh, shit.
And that was in junior high.
Okay.
That was in junior high. So we started tagging. It was like, I didn't differ, but after a while, you're like, damn, I'm not getting
Now let me ask you a question. In the gang, you weren't free.
Yeah.
You were?
But at that time, I wrote something else.
You wrote so. Oh, okay. So you were a freak, but you were a different tag. You had a different tag.
For graffiti, I did something. I did oval.
Oval?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did try to get different ones, and eventually I just went back to freak.
Yeah. Eventually just ended.
It just went back. I did foreplay.
Okay, foreplay.
For a little while, but in that time, gang took more of the time than the graffiti.
Okay.
They kind of separate a little bit. In those years, I wasn't doing as much pieces.
Okay, but you were bombing.
I was bombing, but more like gang related. Sometimes I would bomb, sometimes I would bomb the gang tag. Sometimes I would bomb when I was with the crew, I bombed the crew.
Okay. And were you aware of all the other gangs and all the other people that were around? Yeah. Were you like into the scene?
You had to be aware.
Yeah. So what are what writers, like when you started, what writers were like on top?
When I first started writing, I would say it was AIM Crew.
AIM Crew?
Yeah.
Okay.
AIM Crew, CEO, Max. And there was a lot of different other crews. Who Crew. There was a lot of different crews that were doing the things, but those were the two main. Can Crew was around a lot there and around those times. And I'm probably missing STV. And there was a lot of other crews that were,
Well, STV was also
related to gang. And at that time, we were opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The people that were...
So without wanting to be, you guys were like, probably in graph you weren't enemies, but like in gang...
Yeah.
In the gang we were.
In the gang we were, because there was people that were in STV that were the opposite gang of mine.
All right, so let me ask a question. What happens if, let's say you're in a pennant, because I know back then pennants were big, right? Let's say you're in a pennant and those guys showed up when you were painting.
We just fought.
You had to fight?
You fight, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just
and you took their paint.
Their paint, whatever it was,
Damn.
There was a lot more fight. I don't know if it was because I was younger or what, but there was a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
You just fought all the time, you know what I mean? I fought.
But it was safer though, because it was fight, that's it.
Fighting, that's it.
That's it. There was no stabbings, no shootings, none of that.
Well, every once in a while.
Not every once in a while, yeah.
And, I know some of the people that I ended up fighting in those times later on in life became really good friends of mine.
Okay.
It's just, I guess, like everything, you know what I mean?
Full circle. Well, that's what I was telling you. Me and Gons had a problem, and then boom, he came in.
Well, a lot of people I fought with became really, sometimes really painted a lot with and everything, It's just with time, it's, you get over it,
You get over it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, so back then those guys were on top, those crews that you were mentioning right now, and what writer in specific like inspired you, like change your style or develop your style?
One of the persons that inspired, because it was one of the first people I wrote with, was Doze from AIM Crew.
Okay.
Because I hung around the Bird Road area for a little while, so he inspired me to go and paint, and one of the first people that I ever saw the graffiti a piece with, I went to piece with, and they were doing more pieces.
Okay.
They were doing TIA pieces on top of the malls, and all that, and It's inspiring to see something. You know, to do a piece, you have to put a lot more work into it. You have to have a color scheme.
Yeah.
You have to go. It's not just getting down and doing a tag and bam, that's it.
Yeah.
You're getting, but you're still doing it illegally at night. But it was not. But you were doing it in the canals. You got to do it really visible because you were kind of hiding. People were not looking for you at night.
Nobody's looking to the canal.
At night, and also I learned to work with the shadows.
Okay.
Usually, a lot of the places that have little walls, they have places behind them with lights, and it creates a shadow from the light to the wall. The wall that you're painting on blocks the light, but during the day you see it perfectly.
Yeah.
So I learned to use those shadows to hide in the shadows and do the pieces.
Damn, you're giving out the tricks here, bro. You're giving out the secrets, man. Yeah. No, that is true. That is true. Yeah. That's something that me and Cord kind of figured out little by little. But I mean, it took us a while to figure out. You know, like where to paint, where you're not being visible while people are driving.
If you scope out the place during the day and also at night, you see how visible you're gonna be at night.
And just driving by it. You drive by it a couple of times and you notice how people don't look to the side. So you never look to the side.
You never really. We look to the side a lot because we're looking for graph.
Yeah, we're constantly looking for tags and we're looking for spots.
And especially now these days, there's even one weapon that's better than the phones. I mean, than the shadows is the phones.
Yeah,
people just looking on their phones.
Yeah,
and then the cars.
Entertained.
Even the cops.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they're always on that computer in the middle. Yeah, 100%. All right, so let me ask you a question. Damn Crew, who started that?
We started that.
You?
I was there when we
was
started.
it part of the Latin Syndicate?
When we got to South Miami, no, we started Damn Crew around the same time.
Okay.
After Latin Syndicate.
Okay.
And in South Miami Senior High.
All right.
When we got there from different schools, we got together and we said, we're going to make a Damn Crew. We're going to make a crew, you know, because a friend of mine met some other writers that were came from different junior highs, from South Miami Junior High.
Yeah.
And we came from West Miami Junior High. So we're like, dude, let's make a crew. So we decided to make a crew. It has Dismo, that was part of AIM back in the days. He was, related to AIM crew. There was Res and Tudef that I hung out with. There was Tony, which is Ked's older brother.
Ked's, okay, yeah.
Six Pack, which was also there was from the character guy from South Miami.
Yeah.
And a couple other guys. Hammer actually was did characters and stuff.
So those were the original members?
Those were original members.
You said Hammer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't hear.
And so we went and so we decided to do, we came up with names, a lot of names, and we did the Artistic Empire.
The Artistic Empire.
It was Day, D-A-E.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound quite right, you know. But
it doesn't.
But we went and did a couple pieces as D-A-E, you know.
Okay.
The Artistic Empire. And then we came up with the Empire.
Okay.
Instead of doing the Artistic Empire with an E, we changed that. We started writing, because, you know, in graph, there's really no rules. You write the letter however you want.
However you want, yeah.
So we switched the Empire. We started writing with an M-Pyre.
Okay.
You know, so we did the Artistic Empire.
Oh, nice. You know, I did not know that it stood for that. I thought it was dominating all Miami. No. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why I thought that was what it was.
Later on, we put it as Dearly Adoring Marijuana.
Oh shit! All right, so like you said, those were the original members, and then little by little, you guys started picking up other people. And
different people went to do. You know, some people didn't have the patience for graph. You know, we did that at the same time. We created a gang, and we created, I think, probably the first graffiti club in South Miami Senior High, because the school said, well, let's let them a graffiti club, you know, but we weren't really into too much of that, the legal, you know, that stuff. We were like, we got bored of that.
Yeah, I never found fun in the legal.
Because we still wanted to write on shit in school, you know, so. They're like, damn,
it didn't work.
And we do graffiti because they're going to know anytime something graffiti gets written, they're going to go to a graffiti club and see who the fuck did it. You know? So we figure, that's
an easy way to catch you guys.
That's not too smart on the...
All right, so you guys got your crew, you guys got the gang, and I mean, this is like mid-90s already? Like, we're talking about, what year did you graduate?
I was supposed to graduate in 1991.
Okay.
But I left before.
You left before that?
Yeah. They transferred me to night school because they said I was
problem child.
A problem, basically.
But they did to a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, they said, on my 18th birthday, right on my 18th birthday, they called me down to the office and goes, "Oh, we've transferred you to night school now that you're 18." And
then you said, "Fuck it, I'm not."
And then I went to sign up to night school, and I bumped into somebody in night school, and they go, man, he goes, did you try taking the GED test already? I said, no. He goes, man, go and take it. You probably pass it and not even. So I said, fuck it. I went and took the test and I passed it.
Oh, cool.
On my first try, I got really good score on it. So I was like,
well, you said you were saying you're like a nerd. You're smart. That's what I tell my son all the time. I tell him, he's like, I was a nerd, bro. I read comic books. I mean, I watch cartoons in the morning. I was very like dorky. I'm telling you, the comic books was like my life.
Yeah, I did baseball cards.
Baseball cards? Well, I collected the comic book cards, like the characters and shit. But yeah, I did all of that shit. And I tell him all the time, I was like, oh, that's a super nerd. I'm a cool nerd, though. So, yeah, I was telling him today. But yeah, all right. So back in the story, right? So 90-something, you're done graduating. And when do you decide to go hard? Like, when do you say, fuck it, I'm all in graph?
Dude, there was a couple, kind of in graph, you go and paint. But once you team up with somebody who has the same drive as you do, then that becomes a duo. It becomes hard right there.
Well, I've seen you pair up with a couple of people. You know,
paired up with a couple of people.
All right, so let's start with who was it? The first person that you paired up?
The first person that I paired up hard. I'm not sure who came first. If it was Mex or Cool. I think it was Mex. Mex came and we decided to go do illegal rooftops and illegal pieces.
Okay. But pieces. Full productions.
Productions.
Which nobody was doing at the time, right?
Yeah.
Like not illegal.
Well, we did some illegal piece. We did an illegal piece that took us 3 times to do. It was Babylon is Burning. When we got the first night, we climbed up there. When we get up there, the wall's chipped off. The whole wall's coming off. Yeah. And we're like, dude, you know, but
you can't paint
right now. I'll probably come down from the wall and say, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna throw that trouble. I'm a painter, so I'm like, dude, it costs how many square feet? That costs $500 just to prep that wall.
Yeah, just didn't work.
Just didn't work. So we're like, what? I said, fuck it, let's scrape this wall.
Fuck.
So we get the back. We don't have a scraper, so we get the back of the cans.
Jesus Christ.
And scrape. But there was a little alley in between 2 of the warehouses because this is a rooftop that's with it's an old school rooftop that Mex painted before, back with AIM Crew and 7-Up.
Okay.
So in between the 2 alleys, it's where the Metro Rail meets the Tri-Rail.
Gotcha.
So we climb up there. So every time we scraped too hard, there was a dog. The dog starts barking. I'm like, fuck.
You gotta slow it down.
It's good boy. You know, trying to whisper the dogs got good hearing supposedly.
Yeah.
So we kept scraping the walls until
there you go.
Until we had the wall scraped down. We started the production, but it got later than we wanted to. So when we went to jump down by where we had climbed up by, the whole place was open. There was people all over the place. Shit. The place was open and happening. So we're like, shit. So we tried to look for a different place to come down with. So we found another place. Look right here. We're going to have to jump. But fuck it, you know. We're 20-something years old. We jumped. Fuck it, you know.
Fuck it. I can fuck up my knees, right?
And, well, back then you don't even think of that shit. You think about that shit now when you hit your 40, like, I got to watch my knee, you know, shit.
Yeah.
Back then it's like, fuck it, jump.
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't land on nothing crooked.
Yeah.
So we jumped, bam, and there was a guy waiting by the door underneath the little roof that we jumped down. And I don't know who was more scared, us or him. We jump. Imagine you're there waiting for your work, for the place to open outside your work.
2 people just...
Like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Boom.
Nobody around the whole block, and some light lands from the sky right next to you. Bam, right next to you. Fuck. And the guy looks at me, and I was always very, very fast of thought, you know. So I go to the guy in Spanish. I tell him, hey, we're not stealing nothing. We're painting some graffiti, but we're not here stealing. Well, I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing, the guy said. You know, I said, okay, man, we're not.
Perfect.
So we're like, damn, we don't know if we should go back that day right after to paint. You know, they might be waiting for us, but we're going to finish that piece no matter what. Yeah. You know?
Shit, you scraped that wall after all that work.
So we're going to do that shit no matter what, you know? So we went back. I don't know if we waited one day. We might have waited one day, or we went the same day and we scoped it because we were psyched. And we didn't. And then the 3rd day, we went to do touch-ups and shit.
Okay.
And the production came out like
badass.
Yeah, for 2 people, it was a whole.
I don't know, bro. You guys always killed it to me, bro. I don't know. And it was like the fact that you guys were doing full productions. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because nobody was doing that.
Matching colors, the whole background,
and the pieces kind of looking alike, and you matching everything together.
You want to match.
Of course, You want to give a symmetry and
exactly. And sometimes the best color schemes and the best thing, you kind of come up with them when you're doing illegal, because sometimes when you have too much time in your hands to think, you overthink it. You overthink what colors you want to do, what they.
That's why I didn't like doing legals, because I would sit there and like, I can change this, and it would look completely different. No, tranquilo. Answer if you have to, bro.
And so then we started doing. Let me turn this off. All right. So we will match the colors and we come up with the good. And Max and I was studying to be an architect, so it was like.
Oh, so you were going to school for?
Yeah, he was.
He was.
So we came up with everything. We balanced out things from left to right.
So that makes a lot of sense. Now that you say that, that makes a lot of sense, because his pieces were so like mirrors.
Yeah, if you looked at the left and the right of his pieces,
it's like the same thing. I don't know how he did that, bro, but that has to be hard.
Because they're not the same letters.
No, they're not. It's almost impossible.
He's a good writer. He's a good. He paints.
Well, that's top.
He's an old school writer from back in the days.
I got like 5 top. He's into top 5. He's top 5.
So that we started doing it, and it was just the fact of scoping out the place.
Yeah.
And looking for the spot where to park, because everything goes into where to park, where you drop off the paint, because you might be able to find a place, but what are you gonna buy? They catch you walking with 2 bags of paint. That's it. That's gone. It's over. Even if you don't go to jail, it's still over, because you're not gonna hit the spot. So sometimes you gotta go and hide the paint and come around and
you drop the paint off, come back, pick it up.
They don't call the cops and say, "Oh, there's a weird car that parked here. 2 guys got down and walked over here." All that. So you come like a plan,
Yeah.
We were like, we could be bank robbers with all this planning.
Bro. I say it all the time, bro. Everything gets planned out. I will go scope out the places like 2-3 days. I will sit there and watch how many cars. I will see the gap between the cars. When I painted with Court, I will scope out everything. At that point, because I had gotten caught already.
Yeah, because once you get caught, you're more
more. So after that, I was really careful.
You get into that, because not little by little, you get a lot of, you get more confident and more confident after a while.
Braver.
Yeah, you start parking your car underneath the wall there.
Yeah. Like, I can get off right here and paint. Yeah. You should never do shit like that, but you know.
And also back in the days, you had to do big production like that. So now you got to go back during the day.
Yeah.
So you could get good pictures.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes even more dangerous, because you got to go back during the day. And then the cops, the gang unit, and the people that looked for that, they're not dumb either. If they were smart and got into it, they figured out what time you want to go get pictures, because the shadows and stuff. So they might be scoping around. There was a place we used to hit freight, and I had a guy there. And one day I go, and he tells me, "Hey, man, be careful, because the owner from this place tells the cops came and told him to give him a call if they see somebody coming over here to take pictures, or to get the tags."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh man, thanks, man." And I was skeptical about when he told me to, because you know what I mean. I said maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
But what reason did he have to tell me? I said I'm gonna watch out for it anyway.
Yeah. All right, so back to you, man. Like, so when did the gang stuff like stop for you? Like when was it that you switched from the gang life to like, yo, I'm. Like, that's it with the gang life. Let's focus on graffiti.
I would say it was the mid '90s. Yeah, I would say.
Were you done with the gang stuff?
I was in gangs for a couple of years. I didn't do too much. I figured too much heat up and not enough profit.
There's nothing. You don't get nothing out of it. I saw my cousins. My cousins were in TNS at one point. And it was like I would see them and I'd be like, that doesn't interest me.
It's like it's like. Sometimes you end up meeting people that you were against in gangs that
eventually become your friend.
And you're like, dude, the only person I don't like this person is because of this.
And at that point, there were a couple of deaths in gang, like shootings and shit like that, right?
And I think that what saved me in a sense was that I liked graffiti. I loved graffiti more.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put more effort into graffiti. And in a sense, graffiti pulled me out of the gang and pulled me more to graffiti.
And like the gang members were fine with you. Like, I mean, I know it's not like in LA where like you get walked out or then you get beat down. Or
everybody was,
everybody's good.
Nobody, nothing really.
And you still got respect from all those guys, anyways, because you freaking killed it.
Anyways. Yeah. I still talk to some of the guys, and a lot of those people already left the gangs.
Yeah,
but
well, I mean, things change. Things have changed a lot. Yeah. A lot of them are not with us either.
Yeah, a lot of us not. It depends. Some people die old, and die old or die young, or spend it. Well, if you live the gang life, sooner or later you're gonna spend some good time in jail.
Yeah.
Or you're not good at it.
All right, and have you been caught? Have you been in trouble because of graph?
Yeah, we were painting a wall on 27th Avenue, but we already got in too confident. And we went to do an illegal rooftop.
Okay.
So we went and we parked. I said, "Hey man, get down from the car." We went and parked, and we didn't listen to the first. If you feel something's bad,
signals. The signal.
First signal, you gotta ride. That's it. You go.
Yep.
Leave it started. You go. But when you get into wanting to finish too much and do it, that's when shit happens because you overlook it. And we had a guy looking out for us. And he was looking from the rooftop, and he goes, "Yo, I think there's a cop stopped over in the corner." I said, "Oh, just hide more this way, We should have ran right there. Let's ride, let's dip, let's go, But we figured until they were all surrounded us. What they did is that they started surrounding us, but not right underneath where we were, because they thought we were burglarizing the place.
Okay.
So they started like the first car that got there went like 3 blocks away, and then they came 2 blocks until they were all around. They set up a perimeter from outer to inner. So when we come, I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make a run for it." So I jumped down. I slid down the warehouse and landed on the meter.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stand on the meter because it was very little. So it would just break my fall.
Okay.
Like I would just slide down the wall, bam, land on the meter, push off, land on the floor, and then I jumped a fence that had no top rail, so it was bent the whole wire down. Climbed on the roof of a house. And when I climbed the roof of the house, that I looked through underneath my armpit to the place. I said, "Shit, I look like a little speck here on this roof. As soon as they look this way, they're gonna see my big eye over here, boom." So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna jump down and I'm gonna make a run for it." I looked, I didn't see no cops, and I said, "Fuck it," and I jumped down. But one of the cops had hidden behind a little aluminum roof in Little Havana.
Oh, shit.
So when I jumped down from the roof, I landed right next to him. Bam, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I started running. They cut me a beat down.
Oh, the Miami special.
Yeah, he ran behind me. So I figured, I hear cops say, "Well," I said, "Man, I give up. I put my hand." He goes, "Put your hands up." I put my hands up. He goes, "Turn around." When I turned around, he hit me with a little stick that comes out. Bam, bam, bam. They threw me on the floor, and I was going in Spanish. "Oh, yo soy cubano igual que ustedes." Because I figured city of Miami, but it was the only American cop. So this other little Cuban cop guy gets me and goes, "Hey, te van a matar. They're gonna kill you back there." And he pulls me to the front, and he takes me to the front and gets me to the. He goes, "My arm was swollen." They tell me what he goes. He charged me with battery on a police officer, but I didn't even hit him. I didn't even get to hit him. The guy, sergeant, came and told him, "Wait, why did you hit him? I mean, why are you charging him with that?" He goes, "Oh, look at his arm." He goes, "Oh, then keep it simple." Tore the report, wrote down a whole new report.
Gotcha.
And kept it simple, and it was like, shit, and it's a high charge to beat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ended up getting probation for that. Because the lawyer told me, he goes, "Man, look, realistically, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you're in a dark backyard in the middle of a bad neighborhood. You're 6 foot something. This guy's 5'2", and no jury's gonna make a big deal about him hitting you a couple of times to control you. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So let's try to get a good plea bargain. And it goes probation, say 1 year, early termination is pretty good. I said, "All right, perfect. Let's do that." And then I ended up with that.
All right.
And then I got away a lot of times. I hit one time. I hit because that gets you adrenaline. We hit. It was a chase.
Yeah.
At the same place that I said that the guy warned us. That
that wall that you went 3 times?
Yeah, and it was a wall. No, it was not the wall I did 3 times. The rail, the trains.
Oh, yeah. The other one.
I didn't even paint that day. It was Revs and Max did a piece. And I went with him to take pictures the next day because Max had left. And I went with his cameras to take pictures. I took my pictures fast, I finished. And this guy's finished taking pictures, and I seen a guy putting up his pants, and I seen him. He wasn't in uniform. He was like, he had like the black shirt with a little badge on it. And I yelled, "Throw, dip!" And we started running, and we ran through the railroad tracks. This guy fell, and they got him. But I kept running because you can't do nothing, It's like,
you got stuff for you.
I ran. I hid the cameras in a bush just in case, because I figured that was all the evidence in those fucking cameras and video cameras. And I ran through the side of the lake, through the shadow parts, and I had covered myself underneath the roots of a pine tree. Because the water eats the dirt underneath. I hid and I covered myself with pine needles.
Holy shit.
And I hid there for 3 hours without moving. And I had to drink 1 hour lake water because I got real thirsty. And I said, fuck it, I'll drink some bleach later or some shit.
No, that shit will get you fucking sick like shit, huh?
Yeah, I said, fuck it. When I got home, I put a little drop of bleach in a little cup and I drank it just in case I had anything inside.
Damn. Well, yeah, bro, that was with Revs?
Yeah. And he told me, man, let me tell you, that was when the Palau and the gang unit from Kendo, and that guy was like over dedicated.
That was like 96, 97.
Those guys were over dedicated to catching people.
Those guys were dicks, bro.
Yeah, they put those guys to catch terrorists, man, they'll all be caught.
Yeah,
They'll beat the fuck out of anybody.
Bro, I was in the gang, and they had me in the gang book. They had me in like three of the books that they had. They had a bunch of books. And it's funny, I told Gons the same thing. One of my jiu-jitsu coaches, his dad is one of the gang unit. The little guy with the Fu Manchu, Pitbull.
I don't know.
They had one. He was a little guy, stocky little guy. He's the dad of my coach, of one of my coaches.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I saw that guy. He was like, "You don't remember me?" No, I hope not. But yeah, man. And all right, so this is like 90, 97, 98.
Around there.
And you're still getting in trouble and shit. Like
well, if you're paying illegally, you
never stop. Obviously,
you
always risk it. Now the little. I mean, you've never taken a full break, but the times that you've been
the time that I was inactive the most was due to I had a drug addiction.
Okay.
And that drug addiction will kill whatever you're doing in life.
Yeah.
Basically, including graph. I always say, one of the things that hurt me that because it'll eat away at your family, or eat away at your hobbies, you'll eat away at the love of art, you'll eat away of anything, because little by little, it'll go getting you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a bait. It seems really good at times when you go do it, but once you're hooked, not a lot of people can spit it out. Yeah. I've been clean for 3 years, and part of it was because of Jesus. If it wouldn't have been for God, I wouldn't have been where I am now.
Oh, that's awesome.
People tell me I still paint illegal because I have a different way of not as a fanatic looking at it, because God is, I look at it like God is about, God loves us no matter what, and nobody's perfect. People can tell you that nobody's perfect. No priest, nobody's perfect. And everybody wants to make their own rules, that if you go to church the most, then you're the holiest, but it doesn't work that way. That's the way I look at it.
But it's in you.
Yeah,
it's in God's inside of you.
It's in me, and
he
I
accepts
go
you how you are.
And give him his props. 100. And I saw certain things that I used to joke around even, because, we got a sense of humor. God got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I used to say, God must be out there like saying, man, I got to show this guy directly.
Yeah.
I got to just, I can't give him my hint. This guy got to show him the whole picture, because he just doesn't get it. Until I got it. Until it was so much that I could not overlook the other way and say that the God's presence wasn't there with me, that it wasn't God who did that for me.
And do you mind asking what drug were you on?
I was on cocaine and tequila.
Cocaine and tequila. Shit, what a fucking mess.
Yeah. For years.
And you know what? It's like acceptable here in Miami, so it's like not a big thing in general. Yes, but it is. Because personally, it is.
People see the party part of it. But they don't see the being locked up for 3 days. The effects that it does on the family, the effects that, that...
And you're a family man. You got kids.
You don't care. I almost lost my whole family. I got separated from my wife for 3 years.
Damn. And you were big in your family. I remember your pieces always had... Was that your daughter's name?
Yeah, my daughter and my son. And thanks to God, I was one of the few probably that get to recuperate everything. Yeah. I got my wife back, and I got all my kids.
Nice.
And I learned in a sense to... Because you do drugs, you learn to manipulate too. Yeah. So you learn to manipulate the system, and you learn to manipulate, everything
people around you.
until you can't anymore because it's just not important.
Yeah.
It's more important to get high.
Yeah. And that was basically your life at that point. That was like, I gotta go get drunk. I gotta go get my pasecito. And
I lived at their house.
Yeah,
because I was easy
to
find.
I saw you there a couple times. I would go watch the fights, and I would see you there.
Yeah.
You know, but bueno, the lives changed.
Yeah,
life changed.
Yeah. Anybody could change. Anybody could change. Anybody who's going through that, you know what I mean? Is the only person that could change your life is you.
And let me ask you a question. You did it. I mean, obviously, you did it through God, but you did it on your own. You didn't have no help. You didn't go to no.
At one time, when you have kids, DCF usually gets involved.
Okay.
And they tried to give me and I would go around them. I would go and take fake pee and synthetic urine and all that. Until one time I failed the drug test, and the lady tells me, she goes, I knew sooner or later. So she told me, look. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to take the help. And I learned a lot over there, but at that time I wasn't ready to get clean yet.
Yeah.
I was more into just manipulating and doing this and doing that. And I said, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned different phrases that people tell you and that stick with you. You know what I mean? And then when I came out, I wasn't as bad as before.
Yeah.
But I started to, again, little by little, you know. And then somebody told me about a program, Celebrate Recovery. There was a Christian-based program, and I went over there, and then I started wanting to get clean.
Yeah.
And in a sense, God works in mysterious ways and uses odd tools to get to people sometimes. And I learned to, and I wanted to, and then all of a sudden one day I said, that's enough. I know people say that all the time, you know, and that's just. So a friend of mine told me one time, I was talking to him, he goes, man, you just got to try a little harder. Just can't give, and all these little phrases that stay, sometimes you tell people something and you might think it doesn't mean nothing, but it might stay in their mind. And little by little, they put it together and you come up with your plan. I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And when the day I was ready, I stopped and I never looked back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that at the time that you were doing the
God's Not Dead?
God is not dead.
Like, no, right out. When I was getting clean, I was doing the God's Not Dead.
Okay, when you were in the process.
Yeah, in the process, but it wasn't overnight. I failed for a year. A year, I went a month clean, and then went another month. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the hardest time is that little period of, I say that if you go 3 months and you put effort into that, it becomes a lot easier.
Okay.
But that first month
is the hardest one.
But at the end of those 2 or 3 weeks of being clean, the temptation is going to come in one way or another.
And the temptation is always going to be there.
That temptation is always going to be there. It's up to you not to give in.
And you're always going to want it. Just is what you
and
decide to do.
That's why I think that God is the important part in that. You know, because I would pray that to God not to take that addiction away from me, but to give me the strength to stand up to the temptations when they came, and the knowledge to know how the temptation was coming.
Yeah.
Because it might come in good. It might come in a party to celebrate somebody's wedding. It might come to celebrate somebody's party. Or it might come in a depression. This happened and now I feel bad. I'm going to go have beer. Or it might come as plain and simple as going to a restaurant to eat some food, and you go order ceviche and say, I can't have ceviche without a beer.
Yeah.
And wanting to have a couple of beers, and then those beers turn into more things.
Gotcha.
So then you learn to it and you just stick to it, and it's incredible, the change and the things. And I look back and I say, I can't believe I spent so many years doing that. But I learned a lot from it.
And you did that for a long time.
I did that for about 10 years, I would say. 10 to 13 years. Not as bad, so I would say 5 years bad. But like the other, like in the process of becoming a bad addict.
Gotcha. All right. And now that you're clean, you look back, obviously, and it's like, wow.
It's like, wow, dude. I'm like so thankful that I was able to recuperate my family, that I was able to, you know, to do a job, and because before I would do work, but it was imagine you go and party all weekend long. How good when you get to Monday, you're shit. You're tired.
Yeah.
You just on Friday. If you don't finish your job Friday, that job's not going to go finish on Saturday. Because Friday you have a priority, and that's to go get fucked up.
Damn.
And and believe it, and it catches you little by little. It doesn't. I don't think that nobody becomes a drug addict overnight. That says, well, that's it. Let me get this and do this. I'm going to do all this. they do this because it seems social, because it seems this, or because me, in my case, I was on probation for graffiti.
Yeah.
And I like to go and drink, and I was scared to be too drunk and get a DUI, so I started doing cocaine to stay up.
Gotcha.
And drive better home.
Yeah.
And I drove better home.
So now you were drinking and doing the coke.
Yeah.
And then it became a habit.
And it became a habit. It became from the weekends here and there to
like
every single weekend to then fuck it, Thursday's part of the weekend because it's,
Well, yeah, it's college night, no?
It's college night,
Yeah. So then it becomes a habit. Yeah, that's the problem.
That ate graffiti because it's more important to go get high than go paint graffiti. I'm not gonna risk
you're not gonna be as functional.
And you get paranoid. You're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna go. No way. I'm not gonna go on no roof or no. I don't go on roofs anymore because it's
I won't get on nothing.
It's when you paint on a roof. Yeah, it's a burglary.
Oh.
Apart from because you considered in what the
yes, that's right. It's you're getting into the premises.
You're in the square footage of what the business is. So you get a burglary to a business for painting on a rooftop.
Yeah, they gave me that on one of the charges that I got. Yeah, one of those stupid charges that I got over nothing. I went into a school to paint to I think Killian. I jumped the fence. I was painting there with some kids. Some shit happened. I didn't get caught. I didn't get caught. It was after I had
because in the school
I had the situation. So,
and then I started painting again, and now I'm working and throwing tags here and there. You know.
Yeah, no, that I mean, I don't think a tag hurts anybody, man.
No, and also you learn to, you know what I mean? Like, there's places that you could do tags that attract a lot of attention, but then it's not really the attention you want. You know what I mean? Like, if you go a window that's $3,000, and you scratch all up on it and shit,
of course,
people are gonna
they're gonna want damage.
They're gonna want to find out who that is more. So the purpose of it is just boom, go and be quiet.
I like the little garbage cans. I like the little
silent.
posts. I like the little stuff where you're visible, but they're simple
and they last.
Yeah.
That's what I got. R is the beast of that.
Yeah.
R is like, you know what I mean? Before I like the more visible places, right in your face places. I was like, dude, what good is it if we go do this?
Spots.
If we go do that and it's gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
It goes, let's hit that little box over there, that little box, and you see it and you say, wow, that little box. And sometimes you never know. We hit a little box, and but that's going to be there forever.
Forever.
And it's gone. And you're like, dude, I can't believe somebody erased that. And then you paint on some other place, you think, oh, let's do it anyway. It's not gonna last, and it lasts.
And it lasts forever,
it's just the way it is.
It's a gamble.
But it's a rush.
That's the game, bro. It's like, how long can I make that last? Like, there's stuff that, like, I mean, now you see a lot of ghost tag coming up, and you, like, I'll see a tag from a long time ago, and I'll be like, wow, that's been there for a long time.
Yeah, because the buff that they use sometimes is not as good as the paint that you use to get up. Yeah. So with time you see it erased and it comes back and you see old tags. So
yeah.
Man, I didn't even notice that it was buff, but probably the paint, the water paint that they use fell.
Yeah, man. All right, so and let me. You were talking about Revs and Rev, not Revs. Rev and what happened to him, bro? He disappeared completely. I know he rode with you for a little bit. He was one of your
We painted a lot together too, man. But we had a falling out.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about that. But
skip that. Yeah.
But he was, something. To begin, he had a tag that he shouldn't have had.
Obviously,
you know. But
that's why when I said it at the beginning, I said Revs, and it's not. Obviously, Revs from New York is.
He shouldn't have had that tag. We tried to tell him how much the time, but since he was our homie, we stuck with him. Yeah. But he shouldn't have had the tag to begin with. You can't have a tag of somebody established for a long time. You know what I mean? Even if you just can't be hard-headed. You got to change it. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, and then so you had Max. You said Cool.
I painted with Cool. Cool came from. I met Cool in the Hialeah Penny.
Okay.
And Cool was a character and a half, man. Yeah. Cool was from Spain, and he was goza. And actually, with Cool, I went back to go and rack paint.
Okay.
Because and we're like, I was already probably late 20s, 30s. Yeah. A long hair, Cool, long hair, and nobody expected us to go in the. So we started racking from Rose Auto Part and somewhere else, Rose Auto Part and Discount Auto Part.
Okay.
Because Cool would like to go get car paint.
Car paint shit last.
To do characters.
Because they have different colors.
Tirar un muñeco, macho, with the Spanish accent, you know what I mean? And we got into starting to doing weird stuff and painting. We went and painted a lot too. It cool.
Okay.
A lot of different productions, a lot of panics, a lot of illegals.
Okay.
And we came one time. He came. A guy came with him from Spain, and we go paint. We go paint a rooster. We tried to go paint the Metro Mover.
Okay.
We never got to it because the guy that was with him, you know, from Spain, he didn't want to go because he was like, he was here with his girlfriend and he left in the car with my home. And I guess he thought about it when we go, damn, I'm in a different country. I'm gonna leave my girl with somebody else. You know, I was there in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my
he thought about it.
That's my take on it. You know, in the middle of the thing, he goes, man, this is a plan. This looks like we're gonna go rob a bank. You know, dude, we're like. Park here. We walk around this wall. We climb on this fence. We jump this fence. We walk on this little wall so we could get to this higher wall. Spot. So we could climb through this to climb up to the roof to jump this fence to get to the Metro Mover.
Gotcha.
And it was a good fucking plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You had it all planned out. Did you ever get to? You've hit the Metro?
I hit the Metro Rail, but not the Metro Mover.
Not the Metro Mover.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we hit it the first time we hit it by coincidence. We had finished doing a piece, Me, Kids, and Furious, and we're driving. And we getting down on US 1, and we seen him there.
Oh, and that
little drop.
Little drop right there.
We seen him, and it was there was not really like Walgreens and stuff weren't open 24 hours.
Yeah.
But Bird Road and 57 was.
Okay.
So I climbed up there and I said, dude, we climbed and see. Let me see what the driveway is. I didn't see nobody. I go, dude, there's nobody in there. So he said, fuck it, we don't have a camera or nothing. We hit it, nobody's. I said, fuck it, we'll know. And we said, look, let's go get a camera. Or those disposable cameras.
Yeah.
And if we come back and it's still here, it's meant for us to hit.
Yeah.
It's just a sign right there. We hit. We came back, it was there. We jumped down and hit it. And we hit. Then we got the taste for it.
Okay.
Then I went back again with Cool.
Okay.
And I hit it again. That time we did a dam with the leftover cans we had. Then the next time, I went with Cool, and we did a Cool, we did a Freak,
yeah,
and a little character type, little with eyes like in the middle.
Gotcha.
Then the third time I went back to hit it with Terms, but there was somebody inside. So we get about to start, and the guy comes through the window, hey, and we're fucking bang, start running, getting on the cell phone, no reception. The cell phone was not as good as they were now, but they were like those clone phones from back in the days.
No, clone phones, shit,
so,
that's a lot.
With Terms couldn't get over the wall.
Yeah.
Pulled Terms up to the fence, and we dipped, and we had to hide on the side of the highway till they come pick me up. My friend, because I had a buddy of mine who would drop us
driving
around, but he figured he just dropped us off, so he slacked and went like further than he was supposed to. So we're calling, hey, come on. He goes, I gotta go around to the ramp to get back on the highway.
Fuck. Damn.
And that was the last time I hit that one there.
Yeah.
Because you figured, damn, they're gonna
then
be.
After that, yeah, they'll beef up security and shit.
Yeah.
I've seen some people hitting it lately, but
lately they hit it, and it's. They
heat it up.
It's good to heat it. It's good to hit it. You know what I mean? They've been hitting it. They've been hitting. Probably now they've been hitting it more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw a couple of cats hitting.
Around those times, there was a couple of people that hit it. I know Smash that hit it.
Yes.
And Kepos, I think, that hit it.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else. That
was a crazy duo too.
Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah.
They hit a lot of shit, bro. They hit a lot of trains. Smash the trains.
Yeah, they smashed hit a lot of trains.
And so again, Max, Cool. You had some time that you painted with Rev, and then after that, who was the? You started doing a lot of legals, like in the 90s.
We did a lot of legals. I
did a lot of legals.
I like legals. Legals is different because legals is like you get to pay, but legal is not like.
To me, has nothing to do with graph. It's just
when you say graph, it's like it's an art. You're doing a mural with spray paint.
Okay.
But it's really like graph is like something you're doing because you want to do it, not because nobody let you do it, or not because of nothing.
That's how I feel.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, that's how I feel because I don't get nothing from like I honestly don't like legals. I didn't like the I got too much time. I think too much, and then
I like the good thing about legal is that you get good pictures and you get the things.
You get to organize it better. It looks super dope.
And you put a lot of effort into backgrounds and doing this and that, and it's kind of like. But you also gotta go paint illegal.
Yeah, you have to.
And you gotta do tags, and you gotta do a little bit of everything.
So you have to be a complete writer.
Yeah.
And when do you think that went wrong? Because I mean, for me it was I painted when I moved here from 95 to like 2000 when I got in trouble. Then I had him. I spent like 5 years that I didn't do anything, and then in 2004, 2005, I started painting with Cord, and then I painted until 2009, right? And for me, that time was the best time, right? Like I enjoyed it. I mean, that like when I'm painting, that's like the only time that I feel alive, right? But I discovered fighting, right? And then it was weird because then it became where I got into that cage. It was the same feeling, right? Like I got when I went bombing, right? But I don't get that all the time. Like fighting, I only fight every once in a while. I don't get it in the gym. I get it when in a fight, right? So I get that once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not all the time, bro. So let me. How do you manage that? Like that feeling for you? Like how do you manage that feel? Like when you want to paint, you just go and do it, or you know, because obviously you're older, you can't do it.
Yeah,
like
we try to get like lately. I haven't been doing too many pieces because it takes a lot of time sometimes. Yeah. Mainly we do a legal piece we do every year in Wynwood. You know, already lost the feeling of that. You know, it comes out good and everything, but it's not the same. It's like the same thing every year. And it's not, you know what I mean? It's not.
Okay, it's not fulfilling that.
It's not fulfilling that. It's just like to go hang out with the homies and everybody goes do a little something there, and it's all right, but it's not, you know. And the legal piece sometimes takes I got a lot more responsibility. I got bills to pay and all that, so I haven't get into. Mostly what I've been doing is I've been getting my thrill from bombing. Yeah, and bombing everywhere. Because.
I see
we go everywhere. You might see the tags around here, but we've done for Lauderdale, the Keys, Hialeah, Northwest.
I know Art goes around. So
Westchester, So every time we go, we try. Art's a dedicated writer.
Yeah,
Art's a dedicated writer. I have never stopped somewhere to go and say, "Hey, yo, let's go do this, let's go do that." Wait, give me a second. He goes, gets his markers, goes, gets the sticker, gets ready. You know what I mean?
So he's fully equipped all the time.
He inspires me to want to paint more because he's dedicated. He's more dedicated than I am. You know what I mean? I'm straight up. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, let's hit this spot and go on little missions to hit a little spot that you might think is not worth it, but in the long run, it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I feel like the STVs, and then obviously is part of the STVs, and if I'm correct, but that group was like straight up illegal.
Yeah,
like illegal as fuck.
Yeah,
you know, they did not fuck around. Up. Like their shit was like, I mean, twice.
Yeah, look at
you know,
because
I bring up twice all the time because it's like, damn, bro, that guy he did not change. He went in, came out, boom, same thing.
Back to the same thing. You know, like writers that write illegal, like IC's another underestimated right. That homie goes bombing by himself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Everywhere, you know, it's like little spot. I've seen him walking down the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, and he looked at me and he recognized who it is. Oh, what's up? No, just going right down the street.
Yeah.
He's not even telling me, oh, I'm going to rock something. He's like, yeah, I'm just going down the street.
Damn. All right, so again, we're gonna go back to that to your partners. That now in 2000 and something we said like that. That's where we lost.
The first was with Cool. The first run we said was with Cool. Then Max.
Okay. Then we had Revs. And then
around the same time. I don't know.
I think Rev was after, no?
Yeah.
And then you painted again with Max for.
With Max, I always painted. I painted on and off for.
So he's always been like
because he would go to school. He would go after school, and then when he would come. We'll hit a whole little round. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. You guys killed those rooftops, man.
We did a lot. We did a lot. We tried to hit. Look, on the one time we had Waterbed City.
Okay.
Which was an old school rooftop that was by South Miami. We had Government Center, which that piece we went and did a Freak Max. And once we did it, we looked and you could sit on Government Center, you could sit at the station and see the piece.
Wow.
And there was a space there. We said, man, somebody's going to come and do throw-ups on that shit. So we said, let's go and rock the cruise and a character. So we said, all right. So we get up there, and it starts pouring rain, you know? And we're like, fuck. He goes, no. We're going to finish. You could paint when it's raining because the paint comes out so fast that it gets on the wall. Unless it's like the wall's soaking, dripping completely down,
the paint
it'll get on the wall.
Okay.
So what we do, right, we tied our shirts around our hands, and we'll lift up the paint off the wall and paint the stroke, you know, to finish the outline and to finish the background. Hit the phone underneath the air conditioner.
So it wouldn't get wet?
So it wouldn't get wet, and finish the piece like that in the middle of the rain.
Damn.
And we just started laughing. We're like, dude, nobody would have finished this piece like this.
Not in the rain, no.
Everybody would have got home, dude.
In the rain, you give up. You kind of give up,
That's it, it's done. But we knew that if we didn't finish it that day, it wasn't going to get finished because it was not an easy place to go paint.
Yeah.
Because it's the middle of downtown. You had to get dropped off, and you had to go basically up through where it's Family Court now. Basically, you have to go right. You have to touch the court wall to go up to the wall.
Okay.
So you're like, the court is always, there's always people in court.
Yeah, there's always people in that area.
Guards, security. It was bound to be that they start noticing, and then anytime they see somebody walking, they're going to feel, oh, that's the guy doing that shit. Let's get it, you know?
Gotcha.
So we finished it. Then we had the Babylon is Burning.
Yeah.
At the other side at the end of the metro rail. And I don't know if we had any other little one in between, you know? Oh, yeah, we have another one in, you can't see it as close to 27th Avenue because they built a building, but it used to be a tow yard.
Okay.
Terrence Stands or something like that. And it was another rooftop there. That was the first one we hit. And that rooftop was good too. It's just they built a wall in front of it.
Okay.
And that's it. Rooftop gone forever. Yeah. I think we probably were the last people that did a production there.
Damn.
Actually, he got arrested going to take a picture of that the next day.
Wall.
Yeah. If he didn't get arrested, he got hassled by the cops or some shit encounter like that. When he went to go, because you got to go take pictures. You can't, you know.
Nah, you got to have proof that you did it.
You got to take pictures. and we took pictures. We took pictures from far.
Okay.
Then we took a smaller put together. So those that know put together is like basically you
take 1, 2.
You're walking in the same. You're walking parallel to the wall in sections and taking different pictures.
Yeah.
So then you could put them together with tape.
Gotcha.
And make a long picture.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you make the full production together.
So you can see the details because from picture from far, you don't see
nothing. That was
nothing.
before those panoramic cameras. Now you got the panoramic cameras and
and you
the
go
whole
the
damn image. You know?
Yeah, I still got a whole mess of put together at the house.
Yeah.
You know?
I went to Ket's house one time when I was younger. I had this guy, Marcus. I don't know. He used to hang around with you guys, but his name is Marcus. He had I know his sister. He lived in my building. But anyways, he took me to Ket's house one time. And I remember he just pulled out albums. Like picture after picture after picture. I mean, I was like 16, 17. So to me, that was like, whoa,
there was no internet.
That's what I'm saying.
It was, you hear there was a piece. You hear, oh, there's a piece over there.
Everybody wants to go take pictures.
And then you have to go find it. And then you have to deal with whoever's in that neighborhood when you go, if you went on the bus. That's where Seal was one of the pioneers that took a lot of pictures of graph.
Gotcha.
And that's what it was important in those times.
Yeah, he did the documenting the...
Because he would take a lot of pictures. A lot of the pictures we see now, we see it because he took good pictures of it. He had a better camera. He took pictures. There's a couple of people that took Revo, also documented a lot of the graph.
Yeah, and I met him.
And a couple other people documented a lot of the old school graph.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be around. Now you see it. Now you see the piece while it's getting done.
Yeah.
It's already on the internet.
Yeah.
And you see it. It kind of took a little bit away from graph.
A little bit.
A lot.
A little bit. Come on now. You can do a piece in your backyard and then you can post it and then you can get the fame like if you did it in the street.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what turned me off about graph. Like that's completely what turned me off. Like I saw some guys that I knew that were not painting in the street and they were getting this, like this aura that were like, because I did street shit, so like to me that was like
a couple of those in my crew.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, but they're not claiming to be ultimate bombers, though.
Yeah,
they're not claiming that because there's people that do claim that, and they're not.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what turned me off, man. Yeah, that's what turned me off. And I'm not like I never
see
say
the same tree next to the piece.
Yeah,
on the left. You know what I mean? In different angles.
That rooftop looks familiar. The same picture, same spot, and you're come on now.
And the internet also has something that there's people that they has evolved the way people bite.
Yes.
Because people bite this and people bite that. I remember hearing from Seal one time something, and he says, man, he goes, the thing is, he goes, because some people, he goes, they don't bite they bite the connections of the letters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you look, you see, I've seen pieces that I've seen, I don't need to say no name, but I've seen that I thought it was somebody else's piece. And when I look at it, it wasn't that person. I said, oh, shit, but it's a writer you never really heard about it, but it's good from somewhere, who knows where. and somebody saw it and bit their
and
shit.
the shit out of it. Well, that's what happened to Miami South, because Miami's graffiti wasn't like it is now. That's not the style. It looks more like West Coast, like a West Coast mix with very little New York, honestly. Because Miami's graffiti was more New York style. No, like at the beginning.
At the beginning, because probably it was influenced more at the beginning by New York.
But then the West Coast came around, and then
different,
you know, now
and internet and this and that, and it's all sorts of. I did all sorts of. I tried to do a different piece every time I did it. Sometimes I did the same, but I tried to. Some people do the same piece, and that's fine, because when you do that, you master that piece.
That piece, yeah.
You know, I like to do this here and this there, and change it around, you know, and sometimes you learn. Sometimes I might do the same piece for a little bit.
Yeah. Just to develop that stuff.
I like colors.
But even if you do the same piece, your 3D, your arrows.
You change all those things.
You change something to it.
You change all those things because you make it different for. First, you want to make it different for the picture. You don't want to seem like it's the same picture. Obviously, you know what I mean? So you're doing but you got that outline. And in a sense, to do illegals, that is very good. Yeah. Because
you practice that same
you don't have to take
shape.
a sketch. You got the sketch in your mind. So when you go, boom, you do a sketch, you got it.
And let me ask you, if you get to a wall right now, like let's say you get a can and you find a good spot and I can fucking hit this wall and I can do a piece. Can you do a piece out of your head, like without having to?
I got a couple different ones.
And without worrying about, if you got the same that amount of cans, you can do that color scheme, whatever color scheme is there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because
whatever. Sometimes that's the best. Sometimes if you have too many cans, you get too many
too
ideas.
Much options.
You know what I mean? I always had like some cans that I always like. I like real bright, you know. So I would like to do. There's certain colors that I wanted to do, like the trim. I like to do a trim that
brings
out, that stands out, something bright. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something bright, preferably not fluorescent because it fades.
Yeah.
But like I remember there was a time that we did when Belton, the Germans came to paint, and we ended up buying a lot of the paint from them that they had left over. And said, hey, these guys are selling, I don't know how much paint. I said, shit, yeah, I'll go. And those cans were out of hand. We weren't used to seeing those types of cans
it was like
down
fake
here.
paint.
And it was good. Yeah. Belton is an incredible paint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get that paint. I've had cans of Belton in my backyard getting rust in the rain, and I've shaked it twice and it works.
Wow.
But it's a different base.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
Well, I know it's thick paint. It's like a sticky paint that covers.
They had a Samatilla, was a purple, and they had a fuchsia pink, and those two colors together worked like the outline and the trim was off the chain, and another mint groom that was off the chain too.
Yeah,
those are colors where that time it was like I remember I had a whole milk crate stand in the terrace. You know what I mean? I had this little room in the back, and I put all the milk crates together, and I put them by color. And
that's what when I was painting with Court, I had a little room in the back, and I had all my paints. I had my buckets of paint, and I had all my stuff ready.
The more you organize and the more you dedicate, the better stuff you're gonna do. Like right now, I'm not super organized and dedicated to.
Well, right now, what you're doing is not. It doesn't necessarily need.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just more like be aware.
It's be aware of different ways to just put your tags out there without getting seen and getting caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't mean nothing if you go do 100 tags and you get caught.
Yeah.
You know, Ben, it's better to do 10 and not get caught. You know,
100%.
because it defeats the purpose. The purpose is not to get caught.
Yeah.
It was always to be doing it silently. And
that's what I tell people. Like I didn't even like to tell people when people met me, I would never say who I was. I would never say, oh, I'm a rebel. Like that would defeat the purpose to me, because I thought it was like a secret society where nobody's supposed to know who I am.
When we first started Damn Crew, nobody knew who it was. We said, look, we're gonna start it, and we're not gonna tell nobody who it is. And we were here because there wasn't a lot of crews and shit back in those days. That was 1989.
Yeah.
So we were here. Man, you seen those guys there? I don't know who they are. He says, I don't know who they are, man. We seen them too, bro. They've been getting up here, and we decided
undercover.
We decided to go bombing like 3-4 nights in a row.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start by the Grove and hit everything, and tags will run more.
Yeah.
And we bombed before we started. Then we started doing some blockbusters after 826 and a couple of different places. And I think of some of those there was a while that we did a blockbuster that to get through we had to go through these bushes, like sawgrass. But it was like a good 300-400 feet.
Shit.
Through sawgrass, through rocks, through who knows what the heck was in there. And it was like, shit, honest shit right now, I wouldn't do it for $100.
And then you get the bagging.
Yeah. I told man, here's $100, you go to. I said, no, man, fuck that.
What was your favorite pennant?
My favorite pennant was the Malibu pennant.
The Malibu?
The Malibu pennant.
I think honestly, when I first met you, the first time I met you, I mean, I was a little kid, but the first time I met you, I think it was in there. And I didn't even say, I was just like watching people paint. I would go to watch people paint.
The Malibu pennant had a lot of walls.
Yeah.
Had brick walls.
Yeah.
And it was great to take pictures because they had no roof.
No roof, so
no
the
roof,
lighting was
but you couldn't
perfect.
paint raining. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
The little pennant was good too.
Okay.
The 7th Street pennant,
The 7th
little
Street.
pennant. And then the big pennant was the big pennant. But the big pennant was gone early.
Okay.
You know, and
That was the original one, the one in Fontainebleau.
That was big. That was like, I remember going there when I was really young. It was a scary penny, you know what I mean? Because to get there, you had to go through this dark room and dark stairs to get up.
And that was the story, that it was a penitentiary or something like a...
That's what they said, but it wasn't. It was just going to be an apartment building.
Yeah. But you know, what about the one in front of the airport?
That was the 7th Street pennant. We call it 7th Street pennant, the little pennant. Then the Hialeah pennant.
The Hialeah pennant that was dangerous.
That was big.
Well, depending who went, because I heard stories over there of people getting beat down and getting their shit jacked.
Yeah, that was
little
crazy.
kids mostly.
Yeah, that was crazy spot there too, man.
Yeah. You never had problems over there?
Yeah, we had problems over there.
Who with?
With the people from the trailer park.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they grabbed one of my boys with a knife.
Oh shit.
Too, because he was sitting. He wasn't a graph writer, so he was just sitting in the back, and he didn't see him. They grabbed him by the things, and they took his phone, beeper.
Damn.
And shit like that. But then we found them because I was good at finding people. So I figured they would know where they came from. So I said, there's two people that know what's going on in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Young kids on bikes and old people. And the old people are not going to get involved. So nothing but the little kids on bikes. I went and offered $10 to one of them to tell me where the kids that left, where the guys that left were living at. And one of the kids tells me, well, I won't tell you, but that kid over there will.
Yeah.
So I gave him $10. And he told me, well, I told him, look, just drive by the bike. And when you turn around on the bike, when you stop and turn, I know it's the house. And then when I got him, I cut him a beat.
And all right, so the Hialeah pennant, and did you paint in the Bobby Maduro?
Oh, Bobby Maduro was good.
I like that one. I like that wall.
That long one in the back.
That was a classic.
Because at
that
the
was
beginning,
all Miami, man.
Later, it had all the trees, and it was kind of
well,
whack.
the field grew up. Yeah, the field grew, and it was covered up.
When the field was cut, that place was nice.
But I mean, I don't know, that whole field wall was all Miami. That was like,
and I remember painting there. I did a couple pieces in there, dude.
I got to paint there before they tore it down. It was like right before they tore it down.
And then after you had the trees, so you couldn't see the wall. But before you could sit in the seats and you see
And
the
see
whole
the whole
outfield
thing.
wall.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was nice up
man.
there. I didn't even paint inside the rooms because later that became more. At the beginning, everybody wanted to paint the big wall.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, everybody wanted to be on the bottom of the wall, but then the top got busy because everything was taken.
We did some production, the columns upstairs.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of your stuff up there. What I was gonna ask? Oh yeah, the Marine Stadium. How the fuck did you guys get up there?
Oh man, the Marine Stadium. That was good, man. That was we went and did a dam in there.
Yeah,
and
that big dam. Each ladder and each.
That was Elix's sketch, but Elix didn't want to go, so he gave us a sketch.
Okay.
So it was
because it was like a 3D lettering.
It was doing somebody else's sketch to begin with, and then the floor is not flat.
No, it's like a dip.
Somebody has to hold the ladder on one leg to paint up there. So in the middle of the first day we get there, we're painting, and we started doing the letters. We started painting it, and the cops get there. One cop gets there. He parks right in the bottom of the stage. So we had other skills. We said, oh shit! So we had to duck down. We said, he's not coming over here. But we can't continue painting because we don't know if he could see us or not. If he turns around, he hears something and sees us painting. So we had to wait there. He decided to be there for like an hour and a half. So we couldn't finish. So we had to come back again. And then to go up there was this little stairs from the little booth.
Yeah.
So it's like, this place
dangerous
abandoned.
As fuck. It was about to fucking fall apart.
It's abandoned. So nobody's going and checking. No, is this structurally correct for you to walk on? You don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, you don't. Right now, you're like, fuck that. I'm not going to go up that shit.
Hell no.
I don't know
Well, I heard that you can't get up there anymore.
No, they took it down.
Yeah.
And we went up there and we painted. That's why real nice product. Because when you go to the beach and say you see that up there, you're like,
that was big, man. You guys did nice there.
That was pretty big. Some of those things are big and they're nice. They're nice. We're cool. I also did a lot of illegal rooftops like Blockbusters. We did
rollers and stuff, or
like rollers. Cool had this special. We would do a lot of roller paint with paintbrush. So the main sketch, he will get there with a paintbrush, and we start rocking the letters. Okay. Just instead of with a can, because he was a painter in Spain for theaters. His dad painted theaters, like the curtains and all that.
So he would sketch it with the paintbrush?
With the paintbrush, real fast.
Okay.
Then we come with the roller and buff that really fast.
So you do the fill with
the roller.
With the roller.
Yeah, I use a lot of roller paint for a lot of things because it saves you a lot of paint. And also on the old walls, you could
sticks better. It
brightens up the things better. You know, so you do a little bigger than the sketch with the roller paint.
Gotcha. So you have a little bit to play with
for the outline.
Gotcha.
And then you do the cloud.
Give it more jewels, bro.
But then, so it looks like this bright paint production on old brick or an old wall, and it's kind of like, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I heard that you painted with the rollers a lot.
Yeah, and a little roll, you save paint a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
a lot of times you're trying to fill with spray and it's not covering the wall because there's some walls that absorb the paint a lot.
The paint brick walls and also, you know.
The cans, we're talking about the cans right now. No, you were talking about the Beltons a little while ago. The Beltons were really thick, really good paint. They had different. They were they low pressure at the time? I don't think they were.
No, well, now that I got low pressure cans, you know, now I use a lot of different paint. You know what I mean? I use Evolve, I use Cobra.
Okay.
You know, even though people say they stick to one or whatever, I get along with everybody.
You like if they have a good color, you use it.
I'm friends with the guys from I'm friends with the guys from Cobra. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll use whichever can is good, and you know what I mean. And I used but I take the pressure out of some of them.
Yeah.
I flip them upside down and spray them, and it takes the pressure out.
Okay.
And to get straighter lines, especially for white highlights.
Yeah.
You know,
so it doesn't drip and it doesn't splash.
So it doesn't drip, it doesn't splash. You know what I mean? And also little tricks. You know. You learn to, back in the days, I remember I used to do highlights with just regular Krylon cans.
Yeah.
And on the tip, I used to put a little piece of string from my jeans. I used to take the string out, do a little ball, and put it in the tip.
Put it inside.
With the little piece hanging out. So if it get clogged, I pull it out, and the tip is good again, and I did it again. Okay. And all my pants would start to rip because I would use all the... I would dobladillo.
Yeah.
I would take, you know, todo
you will pull it off.
Todo el hilito, poquito a poquito, and I would use it for that. But sometimes you get these little lines that are super, you know, sharp, super detailed, you know, skinny, very skinny lines because you don't want to do a highlight that's a fat highlight line. You know, and you prepare them at nighttime. You know, sometimes at night you can't even. I've done a piece that I thought all the colors were green, and the next day I went and during the day, and it had a purple in there. But I blended it.
Yeah.
And it looked good, but it wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Gotcha.
You know?
But yeah, the cans. Like nowadays, cans are different. What cans did you use when you first started? Like, was it Krylon and fucking Rustos?
Yeah, Krylon.
I love Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum was like for trains and shit like that.
Krylon and Rustos. That's pretty much, you know, what when we started painting, you know, you don't... Later on, you know, you get jobs, you have money, you get this, and you buy some
you had to rack your paint.
But back in the days, you racked the cans.
Yeah, you had to.
When you decided you wanted to do production, it didn't even begin with finding a spot.
Yeah.
It began, let's
collect the paint.
Let's go rack cans. Yeah. And you started going to rock with biker shorts and T-shirts and there was always
stuffing it down your pants and walking out.
That's what made a crew sometimes because sometimes there was a guy that wasn't a good painter,
but he was a good
rocker. Shit out of it. You know what I mean? He was good at the tail fight. I was real skinny.
Yeah.
Oh, back in the day, so I was not a good rocker. I looked like shit. You know, I put like 4 cans on me. It looked like what the fuck? What do you got there? You know, because I was tall and skinny, so I was like, shit. You could see 2 cans on me.
Yeah.
But there's other people that was rocked. They're like, how the fuck? You know, and we will go and back then everything we didn't use no buff paint. Okay. You know what I mean? So everything was can.
So you buff it? Oh, you just straight up paint
everything
on top?
Was straight up can. I discovered buff paint later on. So maybe the wall was white. Actually I don't remember ever back in the days buffing a wall. You know, you just
get to the wall and layerless paint.
Do the outline over whatever tags were there,
and then you paint around the tags.
And you paint. No, you go over the tags. Like, you know, if there's tags, you know, when you're doing a piece, it goes over tags. You know,
gotcha.
So it was just go, you know, spray paints over whatever.
Yeah.
No matter what color or, you know. That's sometimes when you're doing a book and you do sketches and book and you do a piece in a book, you can't, you
can't do the same tactics.
You can't do the same tactics.
Yeah.
You know, so you can use. I prefer the tactics to begin with spray paint.
Gotcha.
It's better.
And you prefer like the thick outline, thin outline? Because I know Miami at the beginning was all about the thin lines and like thin designs inside.
I like thin highlights. I don't like that. I'm not thick outlines.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people now, they paint with fat caps. Like they'll do their fills with fat, not their fills, their designs inside with fat caps. Like
I like to use skinny caps.
Skinnies?
You know what I mean?
They taught me with skinnies, but I learned how to use the fat caps later on. And
I mean, there's some people that do whole pieces. Now you look at it and you like
just all fat cap. Yeah.
Fat caps and this fades and
you and it makes it look crazy, but still.
At the end, it looks.
Yeah, but where's the? I see that, but where's the letter structure most of the time? Because you see a lot of like mucho fill, but where's the letter structure? Where's the graph?
It's more artsy.
Yeah, I'm not. I like it as an art, but I don't like it as graph. Like
no,
imagine you going bombing. You can't do that.
It's two different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bombing, I like doing big things. I like it. So it's more heated and more whatever.
The bigger the better.
There's nothing like releasing your stress as going up to this big long wall and just emptying the can on that wall. You know what I mean? It's like you feel like.
And when you're painting from top to bottom, like where you can almost.
That's what I like to do something, but it's what's gonna last the least.
Yeah.
And what's gonna call up most of the time, but it's fun.
It is. It is
fun. When you go and just do big throw up, whatever, it makes you feel like doing it all. And at the end, just bam, just throwing the can like the football on the floor. Bam, just slamming the can.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the high. All right, and let me ask you. All right, so like I want you to picture this. You're driving down the street, bro, and you see one of your productions. How do you feel, bro? Like, what do you feel?
You feel good.
Yeah, it's just like a high, like fucking.
You know, so you're already looking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So you're already like building up to
even
it.
the tags, because you're like,
100%.
Let me see this is still there. And even better than that, sometimes is when you see one that you forgot you had done.
It's like, oh shit,
that's still there.
Damn.
Oh shit. I seen a piece that I forgot I did with. Oh look, I also had another time I painted it with theme.
Yes, that's right.
We went and painted a lot of. We would go train on Sundays.
Yeah,
during the day.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You guys had a time that you guys painted together.
Yeah, I think Tim was a good painter too.
Yeah,
and and we would just go and paint freights, and it's like, it was and
you like the freights?
I like the freights.
Yeah, I did it for a little bit.
I like the freight, but the thing is that now. Sometimes I can't see too good at night, dude.
So you get there and you can't fucking paint. If you can't see the colors,
I want to see more than what I could see. You know what I mean? It's like I want to see it during the day. So once you try painting the freights during the day, you want to always paint them during the day.
Yeah.
Because you're like.
I never did. I think I did one time. I don't. By the airport, I caught a freight.
I went to paint a freight with comic.
Okay.
And we go and we painting. So we go out there and we start hitting the freight. Seen some guy. We seen a car go right by real slow. So shit, we went down. We hit and we looked, nothing. So later on, we're looking. We see somebody walking down. Real. So we said, shit. When you see somebody walking down, you think it's troll, DT, whatever the heck. So we went boom and we hid, ran and hid, and we hid in a garbage can, like a paper garbage can in a factory. I think I was in there like a minute. And I got claustrophobic. I said, dude, I can't hide in no garbage can. Fuck that. I'm gonna take my chances. I told him, I'm gonna take my chance. I'm gonna jump out of this shit and let it be what it is. But I'm not gonna hide here without knowing what's going on out there. You know what I mean? I ain't got that shit in me no more. I'm gonna jump out from this. I'll hide somewhere else, but not inside a garbage can where I don't see what's coming.
Yeah.
So we went and we didn't see nobody. So we waited and I said, fuck it. I said, if I was a cop, I would wait. I said, fuck it, they ran. I'm going to go back and wait around where that's the only car over there. I'm going to wait till they come out and see what's going on. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to call my friend. I call a buddy of mine from that area. I said, homie, pick us up. Take a drive around. He goes, no, man, I didn't see nothing. So picked us up. We took a drive around, didn't see nothing, then came back to the car. Yeah. And, because you're like...
Yeah, you got to be careful. But see, that's the planning. That's the being extra careful because already, bro, you can't get caught. So like...
Because the thing is, when you get caught, you hardly ever get charged with graffiti.
Yeah.
You get
well, because they really can make a stick at the end of the day. Like
So
if
they
they don't catch you actually doing it, they
yeah.
can make a stick.
Yeah.
You know, unless you admit to it,
Unless
which
you
is what
admit
happens
to it.
most of the time.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
but you want to just you gotta catch it. That's why realistically you should wear gloves and all that stuff. You know, so like I remember one time we were bombing Miami Beach. Me and my friend Willie, rest in peace, and he but he was just driving. He just liked the adventure of it. He didn't even like graph. He was just like the adventure of
just
doing illegal shit, driving, and you know. So he's driving us around, and we're doing tags. And I had gotten down to do a tag. He had seen some chicks on the beach. So he goes, man, I'm gonna go around and check those chicks out, you know, and see what's up. Yeah. I said, dude, I don't want to go back and drive around the same block where we've already been tagging, because if somebody saw us, they were gonna be called the cops or whatever, and they're gonna be. But it's like if something was telling me that. Yeah. When we drove around, we seen security talking to the cops, and when we drove by in the van, he goes, bam, there you go. I had a van in those days, like an old van, and he goes, there you go, there they go. So he comes, and we left. You know, bam, bam. By the time he made a U-turn, we were gone. But you can't leave Miami Beach. Yeah. You know, there's not really too many places you could go. It's a little island. So sure enough, the cop pulls us over. He goes, you guys were doing? I said, no, sir. He goes, that guy says that you were doing. So the cop comes with a security guard to where we were at. And he said, man, don't lie. Look at your hands. You got all this paint. Look at your hands are full of all these colors, all this paint. And your van is full of spray paint. And I said, yeah, but, you know, I got all sorts of paint, like you said, on my hands. He said that. I said, what am I doing? Doing things in different colors out there? So my light bulb lit up, and I said, well, what's the problem? That somebody wrote on something? Because I got color, like you said, I got colors of all colors in there. Yeah. He goes, if that's the problem, I'll erase it for him. Whatever he says, he tells me, okay, go back and erase it. I told him, where is it?
Where is it? Plain dumb.
Where is it? Because if I would have told him, okay, I'm going to go back. He goes,
of course. Where is it? Genius. But eso viene con tiempo, bro. You learn little tricks. You get little things that, you know, you learn as time comes, bro. When I got in trouble was because I painted with younger kids. Yeah. Every time that something happened to me was because I painted with little kids.
Younger kids got more energy and they think less.
And they're quicker to talk. And honestly, I don't blame them. Like I'm not, you know, I mean, you shouldn't. You know, if you're willing to be in that game, you shouldn't. Yeah. Pero, you know, young kids, bro. Sometimes they can't hold them like. Exactly. That's exactly what my dad told me.
That's an old saying.
Yeah. You know that's exactly what my dad told me when shit happened to me. But yeah, man. But
sometimes even older guys will say shit. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's like.
But that's the like. I mean, that's why.
It's why your rights tell you. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got the right to remain silent. Anything you do will be used against you in a court of law. So, but I don't want to say anything about my attorney present. Yep. That's the best thing.
That's it.
And that's it. You know what I mean?
Because they're gonna try to get it out of you, man. They're gonna talk to you. Most of the time, people snitch on themselves, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy. They want to talk to you in a certain way that you never say, that you never ask for your attorney. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So they're gonna dismiss your Miranda rights as something really fast. Yeah. You got the right to remain silent. Anything you do and say, you know what I mean? And then they might wait a little bit. Yeah. Smart couple wait a little bit, and they go, well, let me ask you about this because you never said no. They already read your rights. Yeah. You know, and so now they're asking you. They already told you. And now you're still gonna say something, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. But that's what I'm saying. That comes with experience. That comes with time.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you've been in a room and they've been fucking grilling you, and you're like,
look, the first thing you learn with age 2 is that once you're in the police, you're going to jail. Yeah. You know what I mean? So first thing is, look, I don't want to say anything. Just take me to jail. Yeah. I don't want to say anything. I want to exercise my right to an attorney. Yep. So just take me to jail for whatever you're gonna charge me with. Yeah. And that's usually the best. So because if not, it could be anything. And he says, if you say something, if you say a story, that you're committed to that story. If you change it later, then now you're calling yourself a liar already. Yeah. You know,
so you got to stick to your story.
Yeah. You gotta. And then, you know, unless you really do, you know, like fucked up shit, you know what I mean? Like right on people's houses. Yeah. And things that, you know what I mean? Like, that, like, you know, it's fucked up, you know what I mean? And usually when people do things like that, it's because they're drunk. Yeah. You know, when you do, if you're more so, you you don't want that on attention. You don't want to be the guy they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, you want to just do your shit. You should be out there, but you don't necessarily want to be the guy that the cops are looking for.
Yeah.
Let them concentrate on somebody else. You know what I mean? I used to see people with a broken tail light. Hey, you got your broken tail light down the street. I'm like, oh, that guy has a broken tail light.
Yeah.
You know, if he's next to me, I'll just try to go a little bit ahead and have them pull him over.
Pull them over.
Instead of me.
The tricks. Yeah, man. All right, so, and let me ask you, you think Wynwood was good? Like Wynwood getting how it was, like how they made it. You know what I'm saying? Like it became an art center and all that bullshit, and you know they do ¿cómo se llama también? The Art Basel over there, and they do all this bullshit over there. I guess that brings a lot of attention to Miami, but don't you think that completely fucked up Miami's?
In a sense, it's kind of like a lot of times that happens with things that they use the writers to build it.
Yeah.
And now that they build it, they want to push the writers out and build their own little thing and how they want
their little
it.
Artistic city.
And they want to use it to sell it.
Gotcha.
But they couldn't have done it without the graph writers, because the graph writers are the ones that were willing to go at the beginning to paint over there. And the artists were scared.
Yeah, because that was the hood.
I remember I could go out there and say that we might have done the first production in what's the heart of Wynwood.
Okay.
Back in the days. And it was the late 90s, I think it was. There was other pieces by, different, by FC and different things, but nothing was the heart of Wynwood. Like 2nd Avenue and 23rd Street, we had a production there. We called it the Wolf Production, because it was like, it had caves, it had this wolf pack, it had a little Indian throwing an axe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that was all body shops. That was a body shop right there. And that was 23rd and 2nd Ave. And I remember I bought a ladder from a guy walking down the street in a little golf cart with a ladder and a little water machine. Oh, shit. And I seen him walking. I told these guys, I'm going to buy that ladder from that guy. He goes, bro, what are you talking about? How do you know that guy? Because this guy's from Kendall and shit. I was from the crew. They didn't know you. I said, yeah, dude, where do you think that guy's going? Towards the river. He's going to go sell that shit. So as soon as he get close, I said, man, how much you want for that ladder? He goes, $20. I said, I'll give you 15 right now. I go, all right, here you go. Bam. He goes, you want the water machine? I'll give you the water machine for $10. I said, no, I didn't have no use. It was a good deal, but I didn't have no use for a water machine, you know? And I bought the ladder. I had that ladder for forever.
Shit.
That was a $100-some ladder.
So you guys were painting out there. I mean, you guys did a lot of... You guys went to the hood. You always were in the hood, though.
Because to get legals, we learned that very rarely do they last. Look, we did the A&A lawnmower.
Yes.
Here on 8th Street. Yeah. And that lasted because I already got in the hang of it. Yeah. I said, we're not going to start doing pieces first. I said, this is the heart of Westchester. Yeah. So we're going to do
a production.
Un guajiro ahí with a sugar cane. With a sugar cane cutting a thing.
Yeah.
And that's everybody's going to come. They're going to see the can, and everybody's going to see that, and they're not going to mess with it anymore. And then later, when we have this whole background done, bam, we come and throw the pieces.
Gotcha.
And then, oh, look at that one.
I watched you guys doing the pieces, those pieces.
And
I watched you guys doing
I remember there's a Cuban guy that comes by and goes, where's that? So no, this is the guy in Cuba cutting sugar cane, and this is him in the United States with a little tractor.
Con el tractorcito.
And he goes, but that's not Cuba. I said, what do you mean? He goes, there's no sugar canes that thick in Cuba.
Yeah, I remember going and watching you and Havoc.
Doing the...
Yeah, because I remember Havoc. Havoc was in school with me.
Yeah.
Havoc was in school with me, so I remember Havoc. I remember.
Because that was his hood, so we talking about, you know,
But he was in the crew with you guys for a little bit?
He was, a little bit in the GOK.
GOK, yeah.
You know?
That's right.
I met Havoc through a friend of mine. He was young. He was like...
Yeah, he was mine.
He was really young, and I remember that he called over there, and my wife told me, he goes, you're going to get in trouble with those little kids, you know what I mean? And I said, man, little kid just wants to see some graph. You know, I don't want it to be a day. Some people want to be dicks to the new kids and the young guys. I always try to, you know what I mean, give them advice, and you know what I mean, and you know, didn't want them. In that sense, I'm not too good at making them earn the dues, you know what I mean? Yeah. Some people you know what I mean?
He didn't bomb a lot. I remember he threw a couple of tags over here and there.
Yeah, didn't write too much. We did it to kids. Like his brother, when he would come with a sketch and he goes, hey, look what I did. Yeah. And his brother would go, this is whack, and he'll rip it off. And I said, dude, why you do it to him? Ripping off, he worked on that shit probably for hours. He goes, so he could just learn to do it better. You know what I mean?
And look at him now.
And he's that good at it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he got good. Good. Yeah, man. And who are the crew members now? Who's in the crew now? Like who represents the crew? Obviously, because I mean, you guys do your legal every year, right?
Yeah, we do the legal. We got Furious.
Okay.
Furious likes his wild styles, but he's, the thing is that a lot of people already got too many kids and too many responsibilities. They don't get as much. They want to, but they don't really get out there as much. We got Elix, G-Wiz, Furious. Yeah. We got Task in Atlanta.
Okay. I remember Task too.
We got Keds. His brother T, we're starting to try to get him to come back and do some things.
Okay. Erase.
I'm missing a couple more, but
I think you got almost everybody.
Ultra. Ultra's not in the crew too much no more. I think he got upset and got out of the crew.
Oh yeah.
But that shit happens.
What? It is what it is.
That even happens in the best families.
Yeah.
Like they say.
Shit.
And a couple other people, and it's good out there. Yeah. Oh, we got Nee.
Okay.
Nee was one of the original members back in the days, and then he had moved to New York.
Okay.
And now he moved back to Florida, and he's been painting. He likes. I get along with Nee good, man. And he does characters, does things, pieces. Oh, we got Zun.
Okay.
Zun, que siempre está por ahí painting, and a couple, but everybody, it gets hard.
It's a lot of guys too.
Yeah, it gets hard to get to stay organized. When you get the older you get, and everybody got different things, and sometimes the older, we got Threat.
Okay, yeah.
Election Threat. We got and sometimes people don't want to. Sometimes the older guys, they got their set on their ways. They're like, dude, that's what we us. We're like a fab. We don't want to get new guys in. You know what I mean? But I'm a firm believer that you need to. Oh, we got Cress.
Yeah, Cress, yes.
We don't want to.
He's a youngin' too. He's young.
He's young. He's probably the youngest.
Yeah.
Him and Ernst are probably the two youngest.
Okay.
And we need to get. I believe we need to get new people, younger generation to keep going because.
At one point, you guys are gonna have to stop eventually. I mean, you not have to, but there's a point where it's just not gonna be.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get anything out of it.
Tags at the old folks' home.
Yeah,
I have a joke.
Shaking and shit.
I have a joke to this guy that time. Look, I don't want to let nobody else in the crew that's coming here to retire. You know what I mean? It's like people want to join the crew and then they don't do nothing after they join the crew.
Yeah,
shit, what is that, retirement
now
home?
You gotta get those youngins that are gonna be bombing and they're gonna be putting the name up. They're gonna represent.
Because they have all the energy. That's how they. You know what I mean? I go do my tie, but not with the same energy that I had when I was 20-something years old.
Is that I had Skell. I don't know if it's Skell. Yeah. He was a little young kid, bro, and I taught him how to write. Like I put him through game and whatever, and to me that's fulfilling to watch him paint. Yeah, that shit is super fulfilling, man.
Yeah, I had people that come and tell me, man, you know what? I used to see the canal pieces. Yeah. That when I was going, that inspired me to go and do graph. And then there was a guy that started a page on the internet of all the graffiti pieces on the thing, and he goes, I went to Miami on a trip and I saw this, and he called me, and he wasn't into graph or nothing. Wow. He did a whole thing on I don't remember what it was on, but something on the internet on it,
Damn, that's dope.
And he did it without trying to get over it. Some people try to get over it, and they'll try to make shirts out of your artwork. Shit, Something like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
Trying to make money out of your shit.
Yeah. Without your permission, you know what I mean?
You guys don't do murals like for money? You guys try and...
G-Wiz does a lot of murals for money for different restaurants and different things. He does, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he does business, you know what I mean? It's not really, but he does a lot of murals in Wynwood and shit for people that pay him. But it's like, that's a job. That's basically a mural for a job, you know what I mean? It's like...
And it's not the same because you're doing what they're asking
what they
you
want. I remember one guy told me one time, he goes, man, but... I told him, yo, can we paint this wall right here? He's like, yeah, but look, I want this. I said, no, but we're not going to charge you, but we're going to paint what we want. Oh, but if you're going to do it, what's the difference on doing it? I said, no, because...
it's free advertising.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do your shit.
I'm not going to do your shit for nothing. Yeah. I'm doing my shit so I could put my name or whatever I want to do. Yeah. And it's people have a misconception on it, So that sense, you start getting the feeling of really... the difference, Otherwise, when you go paint illegally, you're just there like, boom. When he gets there in the morning, you're like, shit, look what they did last night here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes people say, goes, how the fuck did they do that
Yeah.
in the middle of the night?
They will only think that it's so easy.
I remember one
You know
guy
what I'm saying?
said,
Like, it's not, I mean, obviously it takes time and planning and all that, but like when you get to it, like sometimes it's just like, you do your shit and that's it.
I remember one guy one time that's like, I can't believe it. He goes, man, what the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this, because, you know, I don't know how it came to be, but it came out to be that I met him through somewhere else and found out that was the guy that we painted the mural or the illegal piece on his page. He goes, it didn't really bother me. You know what bothered me? That somebody was able to be on right there next to my business and my business while doing all this for so many hours and nobody saw nothing or nothing. Wow. It made me feel, he goes, it made me feel unsafe. Yeah. That somebody could be on my business for so many hours and nobody noticed nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is, but, you know.
It's sad, but there's tricks to it, you know. Sometimes some people block the view. You know, they cover the view with a tar or whatever it is that they use. Yeah, yeah. Well, like you said, like you used to have a van, so like with a van you can cover a lot. Well, back in the day.
But then again, you know, you can't park the van right where you're gonna paint sometimes.
No. So. Well, back when you're young, you don't think of those things. Yeah. You know what I mean? We didn't even club. We just parked and jumped out, bomb. Yeah, and the van full of paint everywhere. You know what I mean? And
no planning.
No. Now it's different. Now, you know what I mean? Now it's work, the truck, and it's just, you know, you don't want to risk your work truck to go do nothing. You know what I mean? But
and also, I was gonna ask you about the wooden.
Oh, the wooden planks.
Wooden things.
The wooden planks you could do a lot of work. You do all the details into the you piece, just put them up and you're putting them up in the air, so you're reaching from a different.
Well, I mean, I seen them driving down the expressway, and I mean they're on poles. You can't miss them sometimes. You know, those are genius. Yeah, where'd you get that idea from, or was it just something that you came up with?
We did one. I have rented a warehouse with Ultra back in the days, and we did one, and we couldn't figure out how to put it up, you know. And then Erase said, "Man, look, why don't you put it up on that tree?" And we put it on a tree in Wynwood. Okay, that was 2000. That was 2003. The first one I ever did was 2003. You know. Okay. And then we started. Then I didn't do them for a while because then the whole drug scene and all that stuff, and I didn't do them for a while. And then and then I started getting. And then I did later on, I think 2000 something, I did like a whole mess of them and put them through Wynwood.
2006, 2007.
I did a lot of them and put them through Wynwood.
Yeah.
Because I figured, I want to put them, you know, I figured it was like legally.
Yeah.
Basically.
Just drive up, you know, put it up in the day.
If you're doing it legal and illegal in Wynwood, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you basically go, it's like free for all. You go and paint, you know.
Well, you're an artist, so you're doing art and whatever. You're getting
I didn't know, you know what I mean? The way back, I even put a picture of it was like
you did. You had a picture with a cop, right?
No, it was a security, but it was a blue, like dressed like a blue security. When we noticed it wasn't a cop, it was a security.
Okay.
We got the guy to post a picture with like a handcuff, and then the handcuff got closed.
Oh shit!
And that guy, I said, man, he goes, man, I don't carry the keys with me. I never used that. I'm a security guard. And we tried to get it. So I'm here with this handcuff on me. I can't take it off. We tried to go find a cop. But it's not the same handcuffs.
Yeah, they're
so different. They couldn't open it. The cop looks at us like, look at these two idiots playing cops and robbers. He goes, what are you guys playing cops?
What were you guys doing? He's probably like freaking out.
What are you guys playing cops? And I thought, oh, you know. So the guy goes, we had to drive the guy to Hialeah.
Oh.
To go follow him to Hialeah with the handcuff. I said, I hope I don't get pulled over and be like, this guy made a run from somewhere, you know.
He's still with the handcuffs in his hand.
To open that thing, dude. The guy couldn't get over it.
I remember the picture.
And we did, and then after I started putting him in different places.
Okay.
Sometimes people take him down. Sometimes they steal him.
Yeah, people want to collect them too. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of writers would die to collect those.
Sometimes they fought. Like I went from nailing him in. The original ones were nailed in. Yeah. But nailing him in, I used some big nails. You can't even hammer him in with a nail because that's electric poles. They're hard.
Okay.
I would nail him in with a little sledgehammer.
Oh, with a sledgehammer.
With a sledgehammer. Then I said, fuck it. Because I didn't want to risk like going in case I had to run or an impact drill. But I said, fuck it. So now I got an impact drill. But the impact drill, the wood is so hard that sometimes it twists. We're noticing that it's twisting the screw. The screw so much. And then when the wind starts moving it, it breaks the screw. Okay. And it falls. So that's why I haven't done them a little later.
So you're perfecting the tactic to get them up there.
I got to find a new type of screw that doesn't break with the wind of bending the sign from one side to the other side. You know, and you just go and look around for a nice pole, and then just go and put a line and pretend, you know, that you just belong there.
City worker.
It's just like with it's just like with everything, you know, to pretend you belong.
Yeah. No, I had met Vi a while back, and I remember he told me that he crossed out a bunch of people. I don't know if you remember, there was a time that the MSG was crossed out with like some pink paint everywhere.
Yeah.
He had a city vest, and he would go to the businesses. I'm just painting over graffiti, and he would cross them out.
Yeah,
he crossed out a bunch of people on that bullshit. You know? Yeah, man. Some of these guys are always beefing too, man. You don't. I mean, after the gang,
look, I know they beef and they don't get along. I get along with both. I get along with the MSGs and I get along with the STVs.
Yeah,
I've got good friends on this side and I got good friends on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I work with. I mean, I do a lot of things with R, and I do a lot, and I got good friends in MSG too.
Yeah.
But that's their thing. You know, they decide they don't go across each other out, but they're not gonna be friends.
Yeah,
and that's understandable.
Well, no, that's. I mean, it's better than what was happening before because everything was crossed out. So right now it's just like they're on their side and they're over here, which is perfect.
Let your work be and let our work be, and that's it. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I don't think that beef was ever gonna get solved. It has some like real serious.
The thing is that sometimes the beef gets real shit in it, and then it's not about.
It's not about graph anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's hard to, when certain things happen, it's hard to, you know, there's always going to be that little tension there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew a couple of guys from MSG, and then, you know, I know a couple of guys, obviously, from SCV, too.
And then you get older, you're like, you know, you don't want to be around
people
that you feel uncomfortable around.
Of course.
You don't know if this person is saying this because of this, or saying this because of that, or si es una pullita, como dicen, whatever. And then,
or trying to see if you say something, you know, trying to get something out of you to then go and talk crap to the other people.
And so I get a lot, you know, I said, dude, that's you guys, and you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You also painted with Shy for a little bit?
Yeah, I get along with Shy, man. Shy's good people, man. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while, but he's doing good with his art up in New York.
His art in New York,
yeah. Shy's a good artist too, man.
Yeah.
And he'll throw in some illegals here and there too, man. You know,
he told me. I met him obviously a while back. I was married to his cousin at one point, and well, obviously, you know, la mamá de and yeah, I met him a couple times. He's a cool cat, man. He's a really cool cat. He's very laid back, man. Very calm, very laid back. Even when I met him when I was younger, I met him in like '97. I remember I was in the building. He was like talking to some people, and I was in the building, and I was writing up on a what is it, a generator box, one of those green boxes, and I was writing on it, and he just walked up and he's like, "Man, you're writing. What are you doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "You're writing." I didn't know who he was. You know, he had the dreads at the time. Yeah. And I was like, "What do you mean, bro? I'm writing. Like, chill, bro." And he's like, "No, bro, I write too," and this and that. And we got to talking and shit. And then later on, I had my son with her, and then I went to his house one time, and it was like, "Shit, I remember you, man." And he's like, "Oh shit, yeah, you know."
Yeah. I used to do barbecues and shit, and we had to hang out. I got good pictures. Sometimes every once in a while I open up the pictures. It brings me back memories of chilling, man. I got pictures chilling with Eric back in the days.
Yeah, Eric was my neighbor, but not in the same building. He lived in the building next to me.
Oh, in Flagler.
Yeah, in Flagler. Yeah, I lived in Versailles, which is the building next to it, and my boy lived right next to him. So
Eric is AOB.
I remember, as a little kid, bro, you got all the writers, and as a little kid, you always want like, hey, you wanna write on my black book, and like that was me, the annoying kid. You know, I was super annoying. But you know, I was young, man. That's part of it. Man, that's how you learn.
That's you know what I mean. That's how you get good when you
and
you gotta show your piece. I remember looking at my piece, and I used to now I look at it, that was whack as fuck. But I was
back then it was like, fuck
look at this that I did. You know what I mean? And it's
yeah. I still got all my shit. I never threw away not one piece. All my shit is there.
My wife tells me, man, how come you got all that I was moving? And she would say, "Look at all this junk that he collects." He goes,
magazines,
he got high school books. I looked at the high school book, and I had tagged the whole every single page in the high school history book. Yeah. And I was like, at the end, I was like, I can't even turn it in. I think that's when they kicked me out.
Oh,
so shit. I kept the books.
Yeah.
And I still have those books at the house.
Hell yeah, bro. That's memories, man.
Yeah. And every once in a while, you find old tags from old writers. And you're like, oh shit! Look at these tags here.
I'm pretty sure you have a shitload of black books
that I haven't even forgotten about.
How many black books do you have?
I probably got like 7, 8. I don't have that many because I was too busy painting on the streets.
Yeah.
But I got, you know, after a while, I didn't even do sketches to go do them. A lot of the pieces I did them out of the mind.
Yeah.
You know, and then once you do them once or twice,
you kind of know.
You kind of know, and you evolve from that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like we were saying before, you add to it. You add your connections.
You
add your
this,
arrows.
You do that. You know, say I didn't like
different 3D. Yeah.
Like you're talking about wanting to always paint big. It's one of the things that happened to me even in my pieces.
Yeah.
Because I start with the F.
Yeah.
But and then I look at the can. I say, shit, the K's bigger. The letters are getting
it's like
bigger.
Growing.
The letters are getting bigger is because, you know, it's like, you want to paint bigger. You know, it's like.
Yeah, to me, it was like I would start great at the beginning, and then at the end, I would like fall off because I was already ya desesperado to finish. Yeah. Like I was always in a rush, and that comes from painting illegally. Yeah, because I was always in a rush. I could. That's why I didn't like the legals.
Yeah,
it's just it's not in a rush. I don't.
You gotta because sometimes the legals you leave it there. I remember legals that took us 30 days.
Yeah.
Because we went this weekend, and this guy couldn't go this weekend. We went the other weekend.
Oh, you do a little bit, and then like, oh, we gotta go. Just I only got an hour.
We'll come back, and you know. But luckily, the paint was good because now these days maybe the paint will fade.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
What's your favorite production that you guys did? Your favorite production?
And I got a lot of them, but.
Yeah, but there has to be one that you like.
I like the. It depends, because sometimes the production is really good, but maybe you're not super happy with your piece.
Okay.
You know, but that's a hard question, believe it or not.
No, because I know like my favorite piece. I never did like big production. I have like one favorite piece that I have, right? That I was like I was like, wow, like finally I'm happy with a piece. You know, like to me that's my favorite piece. You gotta have one. You gotta have one that you. Because I mean, you painted so much. Obviously,
I got a lot
haven't
of pieces,
painted as
man.
much
Look,
as you.
I got one that we did in like 35th Street and 27th Avenue. I did it with Me, Theme, and Ultra. Okay. Was one of the walls there. And that piece, because it's like robotic, it's like a 3D, and it looks like it's shooting like the arrows. And then this guy did robot shooting, and that production, that was a wall that was full of bums and crackheads.
Okay.
And but the wall was really nice, and I drove by, and I remember it was me and Ultra, and I said, man, we're going to go and paint that wall. Let me talk to the guy, you know, because I fucking figured, look, why are they going to tell me no? This is not going to know. So he goes, well, where's the wall? I said, behind those trees and all that shit. He goes, well, how are we going to paint? He goes, I'm going to cut all that down. Shit out. But, dude, it was like levels of garbage. It's like there was garbage, grass grew that garbage, and there was garbage up here. Yeah. And I cleared the whole thing. So it was full of bums and crackers, whatever. So I figured, dude, I'm gonna, you know. So I tell one of the bums there, man, look, man, I'll give you $10 if you get all these people out of here. $10? Fuck yeah, you got everybody out of there. And by that time, I came in and I cut all the trees with a chainsaw, boom, boom, cut everything, cleared the wall.
And it was a beautiful wall.
And I remember that Ultra told me, he goes, homie, bro, next wall, can it not be a diamond in the rough? Because I told him, it's just a diamond in the rough. Yeah. Wait till you see it finish. Yeah. And he goes, next time, can it not be a diamond in the rough?
and that's one of your.
That's a nice, because there's a lot of pieces in that wall. And then we got a wall across it that's still there. They just got shit in front of it. They're both there. Yeah. But they just got trailers and shit in front of them. And then on that wall, there's probably like 30 pieces in a straight line. Wow. And that piece might be one of my favorite because the K becomes an actual tree. Oh. Okay. And I painted the actual tree the same pattern as the rest of the piece. And the piece starts, it's a piece of a tree. The letters is the root that's intertwined. Okay. And then the K comes down, and then the part of the K that goes up is an actual tree. Okay. So I climbed on the tree, and I painted the whole tree the color of the piece. Oh. And I did the little patterns on the tree through the little fills. You know what I mean?
And now that you mentioned the tree, whose idea was it to do that tree in damn wall?
Oh, that was me.
That was you?
Yeah.
I have a picture of that. Like, I have an original picture of that.
And then Cool helped me with the hands grabbing on.
Yeah, because it has a snake in it, right? It's like a snake in it?
I don't know what it is to be. I had the piece.
I have it here because I took a screenshot of it because you have it there on. You have posted it on Yeah, posted up.
That's another
Like
that was kind of
97
like a panic too, the dam wall.
Yeah, the dam wall, yeah.
Because that was in the neighborhood, so it was like a wall. Which is when every once in a while
right there on the tracks.
They chased us or whatever.
Itch and Scratchy fucking arrested me there.
They're probably always trying to catch
us. They were
right?
fucking dicks. That's what they were. See, it looks like you see the tree and it looks like a snake, but you see the hands, but it looks like a snake wrapped around it. That's what I thought it was.
Because I had just done the piece, and then Cool comes and goes, man, you should do. He goes, you want me to? He goes, I said, do it. Do the two hands grabbing the piece, grabbing the tree.
I got it.
You know, like the piece is grabbing the tree.
See, that's super dope with the leaves intertwined and everything. That's like you had a palm tree on this side.
That other piece is an evolution of basically.
Cool had an alien next to it, right? It was like an alien.
Un donde or whatever. Like I don't know what name. He had this weird character. He's from Spain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, it was pretty dope. I remember I have pictures of the whole wall. Like the whole thing, man. I used to go to that wall just to take pictures.
Cool was like, damn, every time I come, it rains over here. It rains over here. First time I went to paint with Cool in the canoe, we get in the canoe, and Cool sits on the floor. And my cousin came from Cuba on a raft, you know, and he looking at us, and he goes, oh, today you guys going to get wet. And I go, cool. You know, sit on the sea. He goes, I've never been on anything that floats. I'm from a big city. I'm from Madrid. And I go, oh, shit, dude. So I tell him, look, basically one rule here. Stay sitting in the fucking middle. Do not stand up.
Don't swing.
Do not stand up at all. You can stand up, but you got to stand up. But I didn't want to get into all that explanation.
Yeah.
So then we go and we rock that little piece on a wall on Flagler, getting to Flagler. That it was a Cool and Freak with a... You could see it from Flagler like 72nd Avenue.
Okay, gotcha.
On that little wall there.
I know exactly where it is. On the when you were going over the little side.
And we go there, but then I'm like, Cool, bro, take a picture over here like this, and then I just forgot, and then Cool goes and floats out by himself. You know what I mean? And then Cool couldn't control the canoe to bring it back. You know what I mean? Because he's never been on anything that floats, so you got the current. And then you got Cool trying to, but he figured it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we went the canoe.
Did you guys ever flip on the canoe while you were painting? No. You always had good.
No, we went painting. Look, I went painting too on the canoe with Ease and Shy.
Yeah. That was the 8th Street.
That day we did 3 spots.
Yeah.
We did 3 spots. We did close to West Miami.
Okay.
We did 8th Street and
the Palmetto, no? Like Da Salida.
And we did I think 8th Street and like 84th. It's one of the only times that we did that little wall down that way. Okay. And like there was 3. Colway, I don't know where the other one was.
I remember
the other one was the turn by like by the highway.
Getting off the 8.
From the 836 to the 826.
Oh, yeah.
We did that one.
That's right. Yeah. Wait, look, the thing is that's changed.
Yeah, that's not even there
that's not
anymore.
The same anymore. They had that little barrier right there with the water. I remember. You hit that a couple times, though. It wasn't one time.
No, we hit that a lot. I hit that one I hit it with Cool. I hit it with Shy and Ease. And I hit it with Revs. I hit it with Max.
Yes.
We hit it a lot, that little wall. That little wall was...
But they changed that whole setup.
That wall is the perfect of the... It had the warehouses in the back with the shadows. And nobody looked. Everybody was concentrating on the turn.
And even if you're driving, that little edge, you couldn't see nothing.
And at night, you wouldn't look there. You wouldn't be looking, you know what I mean?
Damn, I completely forgot about that one, man, because it's so different now.
Yeah, that was not even there. There's nothing there, you know?
Damn, man.
They Flagler, and then you learn the dogs. There was dogs in back. Mm-hmm. So we learned the dogs are coming, like when they're coming up, you know? So we will paddle faster. Okay. So we would go. Sometimes there was this Doberman in between Flagler and 8th Street on that canal.
Every time you pass by, it made noise.
That dog was... So we would... It got to the point that when he would come and see us, you were already almost passed out. Sometimes he would go, oh, whoa. And he would stop. Like,
it's you guys again.
They passed me already. And I also went to paint the trains on the canoe. Because I would...
in front of the airport?
Yeah, by the Radisson over there. We would go on the lake and park under this tree and leave the canoe ready under the tree in case we had to run. That's my analogy.
Just go by the canoe.
We run back into the bush.
Yeah.
If they're chasing, they're going to go there in the bush. And by the time they figure it out, we're already leaving. They see us leaving, you know, like a 007 movie. You know?
Genius, bro. That's fucking amazing, man. Bro, the tricks, bro. That's crazy because that's a lot of tricks, bro. And I don't think guys use that anymore because now it's so easy to paint. Like you go to Wynwood and
you go to the freights and you go.
You go anywhere.
There was Jay Berg. Jay Berg, he put work, like itching, scratching, candle.
Yeah,
he put work into catching.
Jay Berg was the freight guy.
The freight guy into catching people paying freights.
Yeah.
You know, he would he would go on his day off to play. I got pictures of them. We did a piece, and then the can was left over. And I went to go take pictures, and I looked at the wall first, and I seen him down there. And instead of leaving, I said, fuck it, I'm going to take pictures of these guys taking pictures of my piece.
Yeah.
So I got pictures of them taking pictures of my piece. And then I got pictures of them leaving with a can in their hand from different angles, from the highway on the top and from the bushes. Yeah. Like I was taking pictures from the bushes first. When I didn't come, I said, fuck, let me get out of here, because you know what I mean? And I went to the top, and I took flicks from the top, too.
Damn, how dope. Damn, bro. Yeah, I remember Jay Berg. They even had they had a website. I remember at one point they had a website that was like, fuck Jake Burke. I remember Jay Berg. Yeah, they had one. It was mainly freight shit. Yeah.
Then he retired. Then we were painting one time a legal wall down on 27th in Apalaca.
Okay.
And the guy comes, and it wasn't him, but it was another freight guy. And we're doing the wall. So I was like, the guy comes, and he drove. He went by in the tri-rail first, I guess, and he saw us, and he came back. So he comes back, and he looks at everybody, but my piece calls his attention, you know. And he goes, man, that's what I say. I said, no, it says freeze. Remember, that looks like a K. I said, I mean, I wouldn't know, you know. And so he goes, so you never painted, I said, no, never. He goes, you sure? I said, 100%. So I'm gonna go. If I go check, and and I come back, am I fine? I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna take you in. I said, you go and do that. I'll be right here.
Just empty threats, man. Empty threats.
So he left to the car. I had my cans packed. I was out of there. 15 minutes later, whatever, this guy comes and goes, hey, this guy's here looking for you.
Yeah.
He said, good luck.
Good luck. I ain't there no more.
And I had I think it was Elix or somebody. I said, I'm not even going back over there. Yeah. Because I have Elix finish my piece.
That's dope.
You know, because it's like, they got to catch you, but you don't even want to deal with that shit. You know what I mean?
Of course. No.
The way I look at it, painting graffiti on freight is good for the freight. Because you're protecting it. You're putting more paint on it. You're putting more paint to protect it.
And making it interesting, because those fucking freights are ugly.
Yeah.
Like, if you see a freight with nothing on it, it's boring. Like, you know when a freight is passing by and you're constantly, like, looking at the pieces, you know, that it's interesting. I mean, at least for me.
Yeah, we went up to West Palm, too. That was our first time I played with Super to paint freights during the day. He had this little spot over there. And it was a lot of freights out there, you know, it's a little interchange. We hit that.
I painted freights in the day one time in Orlando, and we got chased. Yeah, chased bad.
Because you don't know sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
In those little places, that's like a big thing. They might give you a good chase, you know.
Yeah, no, but I mean, we came out unscathed, and it's funny because we left our bags and cameras and all that shit. We had to dip, and then they didn't pick anything up. They took pictures, dipped. We waited a couple of like a good 20 minutes, and then we were like, all right, we got to go back and pick up the cameras, you know, and pick up the paint. I don't want to leave that shit there. So we kind of waited, scoped out the spot, and then we ended up going back and picking it up. Yeah.
Got lucky. But anyhow, they're up there, they're not going to wait.
Nah, I don't think that. I mean, it's Orlando, so we didn't know.
Jay Berg would have waited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it was in Orlando.
But it was only him. He was the one
he just wanted to catch graph riders.
Yeah.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
And what's in the future for you, bro? Like, well, you just see yourself painting and painting and painting.
I'm gonna continue bombing and painting. I would like to do a couple more pieces. You know, there's a lot of things I want to do, but sometimes, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah. I got my business, and I gotta just working for now.
Yeah.
You know, got the kid. Well, the kids are not kids anymore, but But still, you know.
They're still your babies.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, I got my manganzon right here, and he's always going to be my baby, bro.
Yeah, that one guy told me one time, little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems.
Big problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, more money.
Yeah, but I think I'll still be always doing tags or doing something here and there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pieces here, you know, and just, I got a piece started in Wynwood now.
Okay.
But I haven't gone because, like you say, sometimes it doesn't. It's not a.
No te sale la.
No, it's more. I look at it more like shit. It's an There's so many pieces, so much shit that it's already like, you know what I mean? Like
it's over overdone in that area.
It's overdone. You know, I prefer to paint it. There's people that paint that do a lot of illegal pieces too. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. No, there's a lot of illegal work.
Because my homie Verse and man, them homies do a lot of work. But they do a lot. But they paint there because they're in the neighborhood. So that's why they also paint there a lot. But it's people that only paint there.
Yeah.
It's where, you know, that they only paint there and then they're like, you know.
Where's the rest of the city?
Yeah. But real writers know that there's more to a scene in that little area. You know, it's just in that little area where everybody comes to paint.
Everybody's out,
You know.
But yeah, man. That's awesome, bro. I'm glad you came through, bro. I'm glad you came through, bro.
I'm over here, bro.
Nah, bro, this is like I'm gonna tell you, bro. I was home and I was telling my girl, I was nervous. Like I always get nervous right before I do them, right? Because I want to do it perfect. I don't want to mess up and shit like that. But she's like, "You're not nervous. You're fanning out." And I was like, "No, bro. I met him before, man. I know who he is." And you know, but yeah, I was nervous. but thank you, man. Thank you for coming through, bro. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bro.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, good night, y'all.
Oh, that was awesome.